Hello, everybody, and welcome to DRMcast, the podcast where we talk about things to you, the people. And I hope that you're listening, because if not, we'll be sad. Anyways, I'm Dan. You can follow me on YouTube. My YouTube name is The Dan the Man Show. You can also follow me on Twitter. I have my own Discord server. All that stuff will be in the links below on the YouTube page. I still haven't set up my Pornhub account, but I gotta get through customs before I can do that. Get through the procedure. They gotta.
You'd be surprised how much protection they have.
Exactly, they got a lot of protection. You need a lot of protection for Pornhub. And I think that's everything for me. Who wants to go next? And don't say it at the same time this time.
John.
Fine by me, I'll go.
It's the DRM, goddammit.
Salutations, everybody. This is RiverJo or John. You can follow me on Twitter at RiverJo24, and you could also follow me on Twitch.tv. Same name without the number, RiverJo. That's Twitch.tv /RiverJo. And I'm currently trying to revive my YouTube channel. YouTube.com/RiverJo. I'm creative with my name.
My go?
Yeah, go.
All right. Everybody, my name is Migbello. I make art. If you want to see some of my drawings or just follow along with my terrible memes, you can follow me on Twitter at Twitter/Mig_Bello. I usually only stream this podcast now because my schedule is hectic. You can follow me on Twitch at Migbello. And I guess we're good to go.
So was the handle at Migbello taken on Twitter?
We've gone through this, dude.
No, we went through John's last time. We didn't go through
No,
yours.
we have gone through this.
Yeah.
We have.
Right.
Yeah, I wanted to kill the fucker who has it, because he has not signed in for 7 years!
Nice. So, Mig, do you want to tell everybody why we're starting almost 2 hours late?
Okay, so first off, I'm sorry.
You're forgiven.
I apologize profusely. So this whole thing became an absolute shit show. I went to go take a test, and it's the last test I need in order to complete my associate's degree in graphic design. And I've been putting it off, and if I didn't take it today, I wasn't going to be able to take it for a long-ass time, because I don't know when I'm going to have free time again. And I have been studying. So, I went over there, and the first thing they asked me is, did you register? Which, who the what now? I didn't register to take what? So, I ended up doing a whole fucking mess in order to try to sign up to this fucking website in order to take a fucking test. I had to pay $85 out of pocket just to register to take the test, and then $35 in order for me to have the right to take the test.
Wait, really? You had to pay over $100 just for the test?
Yes, $120 exactly is what I spent just
Jesus
now.
fucking Christ, that's ridiculous.
Oh, you don't even know, dude. You don't even know. I'm taking the test basically to skip a class. So
holy fuck.
Yeah, I was taking a Spanish test, and so the process to do so is such a fucking absolute pain in the ass, and it wasn't aided by the fact that I'm an idiot and tried to go into my college's computer courtyard in order to try to do this. And it wasn't until I realized that I didn't have the fucking password and tried to reset my whole fucking college password that I realized, I'm doing this on my phone. I could have done this on my phone. And the process to sign up just to take the test, not even to buy to pay the $85, just to sign up for an account to buy the fucking test, took 15 minutes. Because it asked me my name and address 5 times. I'm not even exaggerating. I didn't even fuck up. It just asked me 5 fucking times to make sure that I knew that my name, my address, and that my birthday were all correct. 5 fucking times. I hate this system so much. Anyways,
Yeah, our system is fucking retarded.
oh no, it's absurd. And anyways, I managed to get there right in the nick of time. The testing room closes at 2. I got in there at 5 at 2:58
159.
or 1:58. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, if you got in there at 2:58, then yeah, your system is really bad.
No, I got in there at 1:58. So literally 2 minutes before they closed the shop, and I managed to sit there for another hour and a half to take this test. During which my mom had a fucking hissy fit, had a fucking panic attack. And poor John here had to deal with my fucking editor Raul trying to and organize everyone. How did that go for you, buddy?
Well, we did a little catching up.
Oh, that's
told me.
nice. That's nice that you caught up.
He told me it's just like, yeah, so it was kind of nice. It was kind of heartwarming because like I hadn't talked to him in a while. So
Yeah.
So after he told me the thing he says just like, all right, cool. So I'm just gonna go ahead and contact this person. Hey, wait, before that, how you been, man? Is that really what went down?
Yo, real talk. That's verbatim.
Oh my fucking god, that's amazing.
Legit how it went. That's legit how it went down.
Oh my god, dude, you want to know how this whole fucking mess went down? Let me explain to you. My mom went into this fucking panicked frenzy because she could not reach me because I was gone for an hour and a half. I have not been missing for like 24 hours. She started a search party after me being gone like 40 minutes.
Oh, okay. I was like, because when I tried to contact you, John was like, oh, he's MIA, we don't know, there's a search party, we gotta be really careful. And I know that you have gone MIA before, so...
I go MIA every now and then, but like it's not. I love Raul because. Okay, so Stacy, my fucking mom went full creeper mode and just like added my friends on Facebook that she didn't have their phone numbers for, so she added Stacy.
Your friend
Stacy,
like, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, where is he? Do you know where my son is? Where's my wife? Just going ape shit. And and then Stacy's just like, no, last time I saw him, I went to go take a test. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, Stacy.
And she fucking Raul contacts her and is just like, hey, do you know where he's at? And then again the same rigmarole, and Stacy's just like, is he okay though? Like, I'm getting kind of worried now. I'm getting a little worried. Like, two people have contacted me about this. Is he okay? Is he okay? And Raul is so used to my mom going apeshit for no good fucking reason that he immediately is just like, don't worry, he's not dead. He rarely ever is.
Okay, but were you okay?
I was taking a test. I was fine. I couldn't have been safer in the Pentagon. I was fucking A-okay. There was no one in the fucking room with me. I was good. Like, I was perfectly safe, perfectly fine. No trouble.
Well, I'm glad that you were good to go.
Yeah. By the way, so what I needed to pass the test was 60 points, right?
I thought you said it was
the
80.
maximum No, the maximum amount of points was 80. Like, on the test, the most points you could get was 80. And I got a 76.
Nice.
So I'm getting my degree, baby. It's done.
So I guess what I'm confused about is, how does a graphic design test go? As a computer scientist, mine isn't like that at all. It's more like a lot of
Oh, so
it's stupid because it's a lot of written exams, which I hate for computer science. Like, I'm a computer scientist. I don't want to have to use a pencil to write for an exam. Let me use a keyboard. But yeah, how does it work for you as a graphic designer?
So it wasn't a graphic design test. It was a language test, because here, at least for the college that I attend, you need to have a language credit aside from English. So I needed to try to do Spanish because I knew enough of the language. I needed that on my fucking transcript so I can finally pass. That's the last credit I was missing. I completed all my other classes either legit or I took another CLEP test. Like I did that with my actual computer competency test. Is it competency or literacy?
I'm guessing it's literacy.
I like competency.
I'm sorry?
It just sounds so funnier. Literacy, right? Okay. But it's... So I just needed to take a Spanish test, which was a pain in the ass for me because although I speak it, I don't speak it well. And I also have a lot of problems reading the language. And the biggest problem for most people in Spanish, even Spanish speakers, is conjugates. How to do conjugations for verbs, which is such a fucking pain in the ass.
Yes.
Dude.
Yes, I hate that so much. It makes no sense.
It's so fucking hard. Like in English, it's just like we add another word or we just slightly change the tense. But in Spanish, the system...
There's like 52 different tenses.
There's 52 fucking different tenses, and each one is so fucking situational. You have to know exactly how to do it. And then there's exception words. There's also words that are exceptions, which freak me the fuck out because this is a Latin-based language, isn't it?
And people say English is the hardest language.
No. English is the hardest language for different
I know,
reasons.
it's for different reasons. But, like, it's just so much easier to say what we want to say in English, like, as compared to, like, something where the pronunciation or enunciation matters between, like, you know, a good thing and a bad thing. And I feel like that's kind of where, you know, it has the upper hand. God, I sound like the worst person in the world, like English is the only way to go and everyone else is wrong. That's not what I'm saying.
You're absolutely right. I fucking hate
speak
Spanish.
fucking American.
Let me be right. Let me be frank with you. I hate this. I hate Spanish so much. It's nowhere near as versatile as English is. I don't hate it as in just like this is the only language that should exist. English. I just feel like English has so much more potential in how it functions because it's so fluid with its rules. We can just introduce slang into English so easily and immediately through context clues be able to pick up on its definitions that we can essentially create our own regional dialect like that. But it still will not be as bad as the regional dialects in Spanish, where a word will have a completely different meaning in a completely different section of the fucking planet, and it's impossible to figure out what the fuck someone's saying. Where in English we don't have that problem as much. It's because it's a bastard language. It has so much from so many different languages. The most important thing to know when you're learning English isn't so much the rules, it's learning where the words come from to know when the rules apply. So, in that, it becomes a lot more organic and a lot more useful than Spanish. Also, Spanish has this really fucking stupid problem where for some fucking reason, they don't understand things. They have like weird misunderstandings about basic concepts that to this day piss me the fuck off. For example, cynicism is the opposite in Spanish. Cynicism,
really?
If you call someone a cynic in Spanish, you are calling them two-faced. You're calling them a two-faced liar. Basically, instead of the cynic being the person who views the world as something that is corruptible and you know, two-faced, in Spanish, the cynic is the fucking one that is corruptible and two-faced. So they completely misunderstood a philosophical concept and made that common vernacular. I shit you fucking not. You Google up the definition for cynicism in Spanish, and it will give you two definitions, the correct one and then the more common one, which makes the
correct one and the wrong one. Hence the two-face.
Exactly, which makes it so fucking complicated because there is no other word for cynicism. Cynicism is such a unique and singular concept that like not having another word for it is honestly a fucking shame. It makes talking in that language a lot more complicated than it fucking needs to be. I don't like Spanish all that much. Not a fan.
I took
speak
French,
it 'cause I got it.
so I don't know like the different things with Spanish. So it's probably like the same thing for French, probably like along the same lines. Because I got out of French as soon as I possibly could. Just like, you know, I'm a computer science major. I don't need to take French. You know, I was in high school. I'm like, I'm going into computer science. I don't think it's not gonna like look bad if I don't take French my senior year.
It's just like the whole reason they want to do that is to make it so like it's easier for people to communicate with others. Essentially adding a whole global aspect where we can now communicate with each other a lot easier. Even though English is a more commonly spoken language. English and Spanish are honestly the only languages that I feel... English, Spanish, and Chinese. Are we calling it that now? Because I know we used to call it Cantonese or Mandarin.
I thought it was always called that. I honestly have not been keeping up with that.
Yeah, I've been hearing some people calling it just straight up Chinese, which is weird to me because I remember that like that wasn't ever a language growing up. It was just like Cantonese or Mandarin. Anyways,
I think it's in certain parts of China that it will be either Cantonese or Mandarin.
which is more popularly spoken?
I hear Mandarin a lot.
Mandarin. So
Yeah.
the only languages you really need to know if you're like working, Mandarin. So the only languages you really need to know if you're going around like the world or just having like a lot of communications with foreigners, people, it's gonna be just English, Spanish, and Mandarin. Those are the languages you need. Everything else is a little bit superfluous.
What about American Sign Language?
I would recommend American Sign Language if you deal with a lot of people who either have a speech problem or a hearing problem. In fact, I may actually consider learning ASL because my hearing is not great.
That's fair. Like, honestly, I think American Sign Language is definitely one of those that you should learn. Because otherwise you're going to have a fiasco. Like, what was that? What was that one that, like, the guy was making up the sign language as it went? You know what I'm talking about? That one event where that happened?
No, but that sounds hilarious.
No, he was just making it up as he went, like, just random poo-poo cocky words or whatever.
What a guy. What a fucking hero. What a piece of shit. I kind of love it.
All right, are you ready to move on to the next thing, or did you want to say something?
No. I'm good to go. Let's move forward into our main topics of the day.
All right, coolio. So we are now going to talk about Google Stadia. This was announced, like a week and a half ago, I think? Probably
at the time of recording, I believe so.
Yeah, at the time of recording, about a week and a half ago. And basically, stop me if I'm wrong, because this is what I think it is. It looks like it's a game streaming service provided by Google. Is that correct?
That is correct. That is exactly what they're going for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I understood.
The fact that we're having trouble, like, understanding what it is a problem already, because, honestly, it shouldn't be that hard to understand. It took, when they announced it at the live event, it took me, like, a solid 10 minutes to understand what it was in the first place. And, like, how they're doing it is, like, yeah, it sounds very revolutionary and very, it sounds great. Oh, it sounds so crystal clear and all that. But they're not, A, they gave us, like, zero important details, and B, they're assuming a lot of things that a lot of people don't have, like, what's the price? What if you have shitty internet? What about, like, a low latency thing? Something like that. And they're assuming everyone has, like, the best internet ever because, like, you can stream 4K, you can stream 8K, 120 FPS. I'm like, that's great. Come back to me in, like, 10 years when I can afford that.
So, here's the issue with it. The main problem it's going to have is actually internet. It's going to be trying to find that. Here in the States, our internet is nowhere near as powerful as others. However, I believe there's I think it was Shadow, was the name of the company. There's a company, Shadow Play or Shadow Box. They make these little Linux boxes, right? That essentially do the same thing that the Stadia is intending to do, and they have proven that the technology is potentially viable and can work, and they've basically shown off how it can function and how it does actually work. Essentially, they offload all of it into these really well optimized machines that they have on site, right? And they sent the video signal to your Shadow Box. And the problem it has is that this is mostly in Canada. This is a Canadian company that does this, and their internet is better than ours.
That makes sense.
Asterisk. With an asterisk. I'm going to go ahead and put that there. Their internet is better than ours with an asterisk, and it's but they've gotten really good at making sure that the latency is like as close to zero as they can possibly get it, and they use a lot of good hardware to make sure that you get the best experience that you can. The benefits of it being that you could not only just stream on your Shadow Box, you could also switch onto your phone or onto your TV on the fly.
Okay, but here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
If I could play Assassin's Creed 3, Odyssey Remastered, whatever, on my TV, why would I want to switch it over to play on my phone or tablet? Because that sounds not fun.
It really is. It's for people who like to play games on the shitter and I'm not there for the entire experience. This is supposed to be a budget option, is what the whole focus is. Instead of you going out buying video games, buying a rig that could handle that, and setting all of that up, all you would really need would be a box, a simple all-in-one Linux-based box that would be able to do it. I do not agree with the platform, however. As much as I'm as much as I understand where they're coming from, I don't agree with it for the main reason that I don't agree with most online video game problems, which we've talked about before. Did we record that conversation?
I honestly
don't know.
We did that. Was that the original first episode?
That
or was
might have been
that
the
just
original
1.5?
first episode.
Oh my god, we didn't cover that? Shit. Okay, so I think that there's a video game crash coming.
Oh, no, we did cover that in the last episode. We did do that in
Okay.
1.5. Yes, I remember. So you don't need to... You don't need to bore everybody with your talk again, Mig. I'm kidding.
Great.
I love you.
Great. I love you, man.
But
anyway.
right,
I think that having any kind of any kind of system where you don't have your games installed on your computer and they belong to you is asking for trouble, which is why, like, as great as Steam is and as many sales as it's getting, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm still super sketched by it.
As soon as those servers go down, those games go with it.
Those games go with it, but not only that, they could at any fucking point just say, hey, we're done supporting this game.
Exactly. Like, the
then
problem... we can go actually further into that later. I just wanted to bring up a few more things with Stadia. Let me ask you a quick question about the Shadow Box. Do they also provide a controller with it?
It's supposed to be keyboard and mouse.
Okay, because I was going to say... is the controller, is the controller connected via Wi-Fi like a stupid person would program it to be?
No. It's
like what was up with that idea?
Through... Oh, that's right. They wanted to use Wi-Fi.
No, they're using Wi-Fi. I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand what they're thinking with that.
I don't get it either, because like Bluetooth exists, and like even if Bluetooth didn't exist, even if Bluetooth, we lived in a fucking hellscape where Bluetooth was never fucking invented. There's still radio frequency, isn't there? There's still the fucking
Don't you love how back in the day we had controllers be plugged in via infrared sensors?
Please don't remind me about infrared controllers.
I remember. They were a pain in the ass.
Yeah, they were.
But now we have
when you were
a
pointing
bigger
them
pain
at
in
the
the
fucking
ass.
box.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we have a bigger pain in the ass with Stadia that's going to be Wi-Fi. I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with Bluetooth or radio frequency. We just want to do Wi-Fi because we don't like money. We want to bust our ass for no reason and have things be taken care of the worst way possible. We want to give you 4K HDR at 60 frames per second, even though that's highly dependent on your bandwidth, even though it is highly recommended to play with a high-speed internet, but you could game wherever the fuck you want and play instantly with cloud service. Did we ask for any of that? Probably not. And they didn't even listen to what the gaming individuals want.
So, I don't know. It's just weird decisions after weird decisions. This thing's gonna tank the same way OnLive did, because here in the state, there's just no
shit. OnLive. That brought me back.
Whoa, you guys weren't like immediately just connecting that shit?
I mean, I was, but
no,
I was hoping you wouldn't bring that up.
Pieced together. Yeah, I was thinking that we were never gonna bring OnLive up because, yeah, this definitely smells like some OnLive shit.
Just like we would never bring up the Ouya.
Well, the Ouya is something completely
different. No, hush. We speak not of the Ouya.
Oh my god. The Ouya was such a sad fucking thing. Yeah. But I feel like if the Ouya was allowed to keep going, eventually that would have happened for it as well. Like, it would have also gotten...
To be fair with the Ouya, they did have Towerfall, I think the name of the game was, and that was an Ouya exclusive for a while. And that was a good game. And everything else was just not a game.
Yeah, and then the Ouya tanked, and well.
And now it's the best looking paperweight ever.
The only good game jumped shipped, and now it's on
everything,
pretty much everything.
But like going back to Stadia, like I don't see this working. Especially since during their stream they had technical difficulties, which that's always a bad sign. I mean,
because they're in fucking where is this? Silicon Valley? Where are they filming this?
I mean, I'm guessing Silicon Valley.
Yeah, even Silicon Valley has shit internet compared to other parts of the fucking planet.
Exactly. Oh, and also I want to point out we saw a total of like 0 minutes of gameplay of anything. Maybe like 30 seconds of that one Assassin's Creed game, and then like pretty visuals for Doom Eternal, and that's all we saw, period.
Oh man, it's gonna be a fucking shit show.
Yeah, honestly, I am not worried about well, does anyone have anything else they want to say about Stadia? Because I mean,
I'm honestly just, I don't know what Google is thinking. They honestly don't really know.
I know what they're thinking.
They're thinking they're gonna own the Netflix of video games. That's what they're going for.
Exactly, and I praise them for trying to do so. I just don't think we're ready for that yet. Not until the U.S. figures out their whole ordeal with like getting better Wi-Fi. We gotta get better Wi-Fi before we can even think about this.
Wouldn't it be better to just like more effective for the Netflix of video games? The Netflix of video games to just be you fucking download the goddamn game.
Isn't that just like what we do in the digital marketplace anyway?
Yeah, but like
but we're now having to purchase it. Like, I don't know if Xbox.
Oh yeah, okay, like Game Pass.
It.
Yeah,
like Xbox has a Game Pass. And for a monthly subscription, there's a select set of games that are currently available to download and play for a certain period of time until that Game Pass is like a new lineup comes up.
Yeah, if you have an Xbox One, I would highly recommend purchasing Game Pass. It is definitely worth your money and your time. If you have a PS4, don't purchase PS Now because you're being ripped off.
Are you?
You are, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I hear good things about it.
No, trust me, I ran the numbers side by side. You're basically being ripped off.
How bad?
He ran the numbers.
They're not great. They need to make some changes to the, They need to make some changes.
They need
to what exactly?
just to their whole like marketing system. They just need to make changes in general to like what they're offering, how much they're offering it for, and like what's included and any benefits and whatnot. They need to figure that shit out.
How much does the in PlayStation 1 cost?
I think it's
PS Now, from what I'm seeing, not sure how recent this is $19.99 per month.
Jesus fucking Christ.
New subscribers get their first month for $9.99. 1 year subscription is around $100.
That's a good deal, technically speaking, if you get it for $100.
I know, but like
then the Xbox One is?
It's like $1 for your first month, then $10 for every month after that.
I'm going to tell you right now. Give me a second.
In the year, if you get the PlayStation Pass, then like if it's $100, then if we're talking on a yearly basis, the PlayStation is cheaper.
First month is $1. Continuance per month is $9.99.
But yeah, like that's 12 months, dude.
Wait, are you looking at PS Now or PS Plus, John?
No, I was looking up PS Now. I'm looking at Xbox Game Pass. Xbox Game Pass for your first month is $1, and after a promotional period, the Game Pass is $9.99 a month.
$9.99 a month, but that's about $10. So that, and 10 times 11, it's $100. It's
$111.
$110.
$111
by the end of it. But you said that the PlayStation one was like you could get like a year subscription for like $100.
Yeah,
that's technically cheaper. But like, which one has like better games?
I couldn't really find anything about the games. That's the thing for either side.
Well, see, I'm looking now and I see it's $19.99 a month for PS Now.
Yeah, but we're talking about the yearly subscription, not the monthly subscription.
I didn't know there was a yearly subscription.
John just pulled that out of his ass. I don't know where the fuck he saw it.
I googled up PS Now prices, and I said that I'm not sure how recent or how old it is, and I read that information. I'm trying to find more recent information.
Okay, so Xbox Game Pass is $119 for a year. That's not better. That's worse. That's worse. It'd be better to pay for a fucking. It'd be better to pay for a month for like on a monthly system then.
All right, here I found
But it goes on sale.
I found more of an actual PlayStation.com, but for some reason it's listed in pounds.
We can convert it, I guess.
$12.99 a month in pounds.
Okay, I guess pound sterling.
I'm still getting $19.99 a month. I don't know why.
£1 sterling is okay. So what did you say it was? $12.99.
$12.99.
Holy shit! It's like $16, almost 17.
A month?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not better.
And yearly is $84.99.
$84.99.
So that would be about $110, close to that of the Xbox Game Pass. And from what I see here, and this is coming from PlayStation.com. How much does PS Now cost? A PlayStation Now subscription costs $12.99 in pounds per month, or $84.99 per year. That is also in pounds, giving you unlimited access to over 600 games with new games added every month.
So yeah, I'm looking at this site
wait,
now.
You get access to all of them, period, or is it like on a scheduled rotation?
It might be on a scheduled rotation. I don't know. Okay. I'm looking here.
It says new games added every month, so I'm assuming it's 600, and every month is it's more games added to those 600.
Bro, that's not bad. Like, let's be fucking real. How did you figure that people were getting ripped off, man?
Well, because if you're going by a monthly basis, $9.99 versus $19.99 is.
But this is more fucking games, though.
Well, wait, how many games are on Xbox Game Pass?
The Xbox Game Pass. Let me see.
Didn't you say they work on rotation?
No, I said they might. I don't know.
All right, so I'm looking again. They just say they have over 100 games. Xbox.
They have more than 100. I know they have more than 100 because.
Well, yeah, they just said that.
PlayStation. Well, granted, PlayStation Now has been around, I think, a little longer than Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah.
Oh my
that's also
god!
true.
Then that means you're also getting like what PS3 games too?
You're getting PS3, Vita. I think they also said PSP.
That's fucking that's worth it, dude. There were good games that came out for those consoles.
I mean, yeah, there were good games that came out for those consoles, but at the same time, I don't have to pay for any Xbox 360 or Xbox original games that I already own.
Am I the only one he cut out for?
No, he he cut out.
Or is
for
it
you,
just
dude.
me?
I heard him fine. But what do you mean?
Okay.
You don't have to pay for them?
Well, I mean, there's no backwards compatibility with the PS4, and with the Xbox One, there is.
Oh, okay. You win that one. You get that one.
Okay, he cut out for me. Can somebody?
He says that basically you don't need to buy your games again on the Xbox because it has backwards compatibility built into the console, whereas the PlayStation 4 didn't have that, or still doesn't. And so even if you want to play those games, and you already own them, you still need to buy them again on the PlayStation Store or PlayStation Now. But wait, didn't you say it was a streaming service?
Game Pass and PS Now are streaming services. Xbox One does have backwards compatibility apparently built in it, even though when it reads a disc, it needs to
run through an emulator.
Yeah, run through an emulator.
Wait,
and they also have that available via their store, I believe.
Well, then, wait, slow down. Wait, let's run back a few steps. If you have access to all those games simply by having access to PlayStation Now, then it doesn't matter because you have PlayStation Now. So it doesn't matter, man.
Yeah, but you'd still have to pay the price to play those games. Meanwhile, with Xbox, you would have to pay the price to pay the games that you already own.
What? Wait, what?
You don't have to pay the price.
Rewind, repeat.
Okay, look. Why would I purchase Why would I purchase Game Pass if I have a lot of the 360 and One games when I already have them and I can play them without paying another price? No, I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Meanwhile, with PlayStation Now, even if you have the PS3 and PS Vita games, you still got to pay the price to play those games on the PS4.
But you're looking at this from the wrong perspective.
What if you don't? Yeah, what if you don't have those games?
Then go for it.
You're looking at this.
That's the argument.
You're looking at this from the wrong perspective, man. This isn't about I don't want to get. I'm not gonna get in Play Pass or Game Pass or whatever it's called. I'm not gonna get the streaming service because I own those games, a few of those games. You're gonna get it regardless. You're gonna get it for the games you don't own that are gonna be put on the pass on the streaming system. It's just that you don't need to worry about your fucking games anymore because they're on the service, so it doesn't matter. It's just oh, that's nice. Now I can play it on this console instead of having to bring out my PS3 in order to do it.
All right. Well, I would like to read this quickly. I found this online. They compared PS Now to Xbox Game Pass. And what it says is Xbox Game Pass games, on average, have a review score of 76.8 compared to PlayStation Now's average score of 72.2. A greater proportion of Xbox Game Pass games are higher quality, but PlayStation Now has a greater number of higher quality games. Xbox Game Pass has top 11 games, whereas PlayStation Now has 22. High-quality Xbox Game Pass games are on average 15 to 40% longer than high-quality PlayStation Now games, and Game Pass is cheaper from a per high-quality game perspective, but PlayStation Now has more high-quality games.
I heard the word high quality in both aspects.
Yeah, I'm a little confused as to which one technically won that.
I guess it's a stalemate. Anyway, let's go to our next topic.
We can transition using PlayStation.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I guess now is a good time to talk about the future of God dang it! I lost the. Fuck. Hold on. Give me a sec. I don't have.
So can we all agree that the digital marketplaces sucks?
Yes.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it does. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say that's what we're talking about now. The pros and cons of a digital marketplace. Pro.
Have we technically just covered this?
Well, no, we talked about like streaming services mostly.
To an extent, we did cover the digital marketplace because the majority of the time it's essentially a streaming service. You're getting a game off of a library.
You're not purchasing the game
and putting
you're
it onto
purchasing
your
the rights
computer.
to play the game.
Yeah, which is such a fucking shitty move. I hate it so much.
I hate it too. And can we talk about the fact that with like physical games now, for at least Xbox and PlayStation, I think, even if you own the physical game, you still have to download the game, which I fucking hate.
Yes.
You would have to install a day one patch to even play the game. So if for some reason the game is no longer supported, the servers are no longer up, and you want to play the game, if you don't already have those day one patches, you just have a coaster.
Mm-hmm. And that really pisses me off. Like, even games I honestly fucking like fucking DMC 5 have that.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter who it is, where the game's coming from, day one patches are a thing, and I understand why they're doing it, because it makes it so they can meet their deadlines a lot easier, and all they have to do is, after they put the game out for production and printing, they could still have time to work on the game and fix it. Like, essentially.
Okay, but my problem is that you're purchasing the rights to play the game, but that also means they have the ability to take away the game whenever they want.
Yeah, on the subject, I'm going to go ahead and check if my shit has actually been stolen from me real quick. Because apparently they removed a bunch of fucking Telltale games from,
Steam.
from Steam, and I want to check if I can still install them.
Oh, dude,
I owned a lot.
I barely ever uninstall games unless I hate them, like a lot. Like, for example, I'm so glad I have Poker Night 2, because you can't get Poker Night 2 anymore.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I try to keep at least all my games installed, so if there are no further updates, I can still at least play the games for the most part. I actually keep them on a separate hard drive because I can never have enough. With all the games I have and all the shit I do, I never have enough room on my fucking computer. Standard storage space.
I cycle between them usually. I can still download them. It's fine.
Okay.
I usually try to cycle between them to save space, one thing, and two, it makes it so like I focus on the games I have installed. Because
Like,
I'm really bad at playing, like, just going through my library.
with a digital marketplace, the argument can be made that it's definitely more, it's more convenient, not only for, like, video games, but also for, like, everything. Music, movies, TV shows, etc. But, like, at the same time, Scott Tenorman versus the world. Scott Pilgrim versus the world.
Scott Tenorman? What?
Yeah,
So, who's Scott Tenorman?
it's from the movie Scott Tenorman Must Die. Or no, that's John something Must Die. Scott Tenorman's from South Park. I'm just very loopy today with my references. But yes,
Jesus
Scott
fucking
Pilgrim
Christ.
versus the world is gone. And we will never, ever, ever get it back.
John, I still have it on my
is-
Xbox.
I still have it on my PlayStation.
Yeah, but you got the fucking DLC, though.
So
I
you
know.
better
Got,
hope
like,
that
all of the
you better
DLC.
hope that your PlayStation and Xbox never break down.
Oh no! Even if it does break down, as long as I have my
Yeah.
as long as I have my login, I can still re-download.
Yeah,
it.
it's
I don't
tethered
think
to
you
your
can.
account.
Yeah, I can.
Want to try it?
I don't know. But also...
No, I can because all right. Here's the thing. I can because I have done this before. There was an exclusive digital download version of Mortal Kombat 2 around the beginning of the PlayStation 3 life cycle that I bought for $10 when I saw that, and it's no longer on the store, but I'm still able to re-download it because I bought it.
You bought. Hello?
Am I cutting out?
For me, you did.
Not
Did you
for
cut
me.
out for you did? Oh, okay.
No.
Well, good thing we got Audacity running, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, were we supposed to record?
What?
When were we supposed to start recording on Audacity?
Tell me you're joking.
You're joking.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Christ. Oh, that's not funny!
Yeah, Dan, that's not funny because I'll just leave.
Oh, that was scary. Don't do that, man. Like this.
And that's not a joke.
Jesus,
Honestly,
John,
I know it's not a joke. You would just leave.
Yeah.
Also, games like Four Sword Anniversary Edition. What else? Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the
The Marvel vs. Capcom games, period. Like Origins, Ultimates,
yeah.
On the PS3,
Xbox 360.
The second one, 360 versions. All those games
the
are gone.
Simpsons arcade game, that's gone. What?
I think the TMNT.
Yeah, the
game is
TMNT
also
game
gone.
is gone too. Even the bad TMNT game is gone.
Yeah.
What else is gone? Club Penguin,
Yeah.
that's gone. Although you could still play the Club Penguin DS game, so that's good. You know, for all you Club Penguin DS fans out there. I'm talking to you, Jeremy.
Did you? Let me see.
Did I what?
No. Don't worry about it. It's not relevant.
Everything is relevant in a way or another.
All right, John. You can now play DMC 5.
Oh, for
yes.
real? Oh, sweet, I'm gone.
He just dips. He just dips in the middle of a podcast to go play DMC 5.
LOL. Oh my god, John, if you did that, I would actually strangle you because the amount of work it took just to, like, actually
get
get
here?
this. Yeah. Can you imagine how upset Gim would be?
Yo, I have half a mind to play DMC 5 right now.
I have half a mind to fly to where you live and strangle you.
Yay, I now have permission to actually play the game.
You're welcome.
Now I have a whole reason to actually play it.
It's so good, dude. DMC 5 is so good.
I have not had the chance to play it yet. I've never got into the DMC franchise. I've always been more of a Sonic Unleashed man myself.
What?
Funny you say that because Sonic Unleashes, in terms of the Werehog sections, are a poor man's version of what DMC and the older God of War games did.
So,
I thought
in retrospect, isn't DMC a poor man's version of God of War?
No. No,
because DMC is more... It has more adventure than there is action.
Okay,
it's
but
weird.
Just by a
like
smidge.
the gameplay style.
No.
All right. Well, they're
no.
both. Well, they're everything.
They're both
is,
categorized as hack and slash.
No, everything is just a poor man's version of the Nightmare Before Christmas on the PS2.
Are you talking about the one where he's running around just going soul rubber every
Soul
fucking
rubber.
5 seconds?
Soul
oh
rubber.
My God.
Soul rubber.
I cannot believe you.
Soul rubber.
I like the Kingdom Hearts version better.
Soul rubber.
This looks like a good spot to find some ingredients. That's not Donald Duck.
What the fuck were you trying to impersonate?
Donald Duck, but like that was awful.
That was terrible.
It was bad.
Did you? I love that you waited until you were done.
I gotta
be like,
commit
you
to
know
the
what?
role.
That wasn't all that great.
I gotta commit to the role. I can do a meatwad. I can't do a Donald Duck.
Everybody can do Meatwad.
Of course everyone can do a re-rap.
Yo, your fucking goofy laugh still kills me.
Yo!
It's so fucking good. It kind of pisses me off. I'm trying to practice Chris Hansen because I just love the sound of his voice. Like he's such a fucking sassy little bitch.
And man, be happy you could actually do people. I could just do noises.
Can you do Peter Griffin?
I could do Lois Griffin. By Peter.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I was gonna say. Oh, Peter. Oh,
By
Peter.
And you also got fucking Marge. But Marge, homie.
I could do a pretty good Maggie. Suck.
No. Now, I'd like to ask you to have a seat right there. Fucking hell, dude. Weren't we talking about like an actual thing? Weren't we having like an actual conversation?
Yeah, until you brought up
Yes,
Devil May
it was
Cry
a digital
5,
marketplace.
and then
Because
John
Devil
went
May
fucking.
Cry 5 is a good fucking game. It really
I know
is.
it's a
If
good
you
game.
have-
I know
if
it's
y'all
a good
haven't
game.
played that fucking game yet, if y'all haven't played that game yet, I don't give a
I'm
shit.
sorry,
what you're
but it's
doing.
not better
Drop
than
the
Devil May
cash.
Cry 2013.
That is the biggest crime you have ever committed.
No, it's not. I committed
It
way
really
worse.
What?
That's sacrilege, what I just heard.
You are fucking with me. You are fucking with me.
I
on
don't know.
every
I've
level.
never played a Devil May Cry game.
Then you have no right to say such things.
You can't just come into this fucking squad knowing that you got two people here who played through basically the whole fucking run and be like, hey, the shit one was the best one. Like, what are you fucking high?
I mean,
you can
it could be the best one.
It really isn't. It really is not.
No. Dan is absolutely right. DMC 2 on PlayStation 2 is like the best Devil May Cry game ever. You don't even have to use your sword in
Wait,
that
I'm
game.
sorry. DMC 2, was that the really hard one or the really easy one?
It was
Neither. It was the really shit one.
really boring, dude.
Wait,
Honestly,
which one's the really hard one?
Vanilla DMC 3.
Okay,
Yes.
because DMC 2 was really easy.
DMC 2 was just stupid
Yeah,
boring.
because it was so
Nothing
easy.
interesting. Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't because it was easy. It was because like they're okay.
Nothing happened.
Okay, so the best part about a DMC game is the ability to get stylish and go crazy with just how you fucking execute
And that's why
all of
DMC
your
2013
fucking
is
moves.
amazing.
You would the gameplay for DMC 2013 was good. It was good gameplay, but the problem is there's not enough enemies there that force you in order to experiment with your playstyle for it to really be considered one of the best. Not only that, it's horribly marred because of a terrible storyline that is just comedically bad. It is so funny how terrible it is. Like you could
It really is the worst story there is. But then you have DMC 2 that has
no story.
no story, like lacking in gameplay, terrible visuals.
Honestly,
And then again, the story's not even focused on Dante. He's just a playable character.
yeah, it's focused more on the girl in it.
Yeah, Lucia.
Yeah. It's the problem with DMC2
Oh, so now you have
is
a
the fact it's
problem with like a
unfinished.
different character taking the spotlight?
No.
No, I'm perfectly fine with a second
Bro,
character taking a
Bro,
spotlight.
what the fuck are you
Like, I'm
talking about?
perfectly fine.
DMC4 was great.
Yeah, you played Nero.
You played Nero.
And he's, I mean, he
You're
was
saying
the original,
this to me like
not
I know what you're
Dante.
talking about. I don't fucking know what you're talking about. I've never played a Devil May Cry game.
Play them.
Then
They're
shut
good.
your pie hole.
Play them. They're fucking good games. God
I
damn
don't
it.
have the money to play them right now.
Then shut your pie hole until you can play them.
Well then,
games.
well then, well then, well then, well then, well then, well then.
Well then.
Why on God's green earth did they remove all the Flash games from Cartoon Network's original website? I miss those so much.
You want to know about a fucking Cartoon Network game that nobody fucking remembers, and nobody will. I'm the only.
Which one?
I bear
Bang.
the sin of knowledge.
Bang.
Fusion Fall?
Orbits. Yeah. Fuck the two of you. Fuck the two of you. I know more than you.
Hold on.
I bear.
If I Google it and I know what it is.
Wait, Orbits
You
with
might.
a Z?
Maybe.
Is that what a Z or a T or an S?
I can't fucking remember. It was a card game.
Z or S?
Or I'm gonna go ahead and say with a Z because you know it was the early 2000s.
Oh, I'm cutting out again, aren't I?
No, you're fine.
No, you're fine.
A Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network Orbit.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
Cartoon Orbit.
Yeah, Orbit. Who remembers this shit?
Oh, I remember seeing this.
I used to play the fuck out
I
of
never
this
played
game.
it.
I played the fuck out of it.
Oh, I didn't. I was too busy playing UB Funkies.
Okay, you might have Orbit, but do you remember Power Play?
Power Play?
Cartoon Network Power Play.
Let me try. Let me see.
Either Power Play or like Power Zone.
Cartoon Network Power Play game.
One of their games was a Cartoon Network themed mini golf game.
Yes. Okay, I'm seeing this. I'm seeing. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, cartoon called Mini
wait.
Golf.
Yeah, wait a minute. Weren't these like most of their fucking? They had a lot of games in the Power Play line, didn't they?
They did.
These were like the more like the cooler fucking Flash games and shit.
Yo, dude, does anyone remember
Pretty much.
the Flash game with my gym partner's a monkey and it's like a platformer? That one
Yes.
was tight.
Do you remember the fucking Teen Titans fighting game?
Yes, I
Oh my
wanted to bring
God,
that one up
yes, that
so
one's
much.
good.
Catch some hands on that game.
Oh man, wait a
Wait,
minute.
actually, I thought the visuals in that game were awful.
They were okay. It's
Are
a
you talking
Flash
about, are you
game.
talking about the Flash
it's
game
ripped
or
out
the
of the show.
actual fighting game?
The Flash fighting game.
It's a Cartoon Network Flash game that was a 2D fighter.
Yeah. It was
Remember?
pretty decent.
Do you remember TKO?
TKO?
Yeah, Cartoon Network TKO.
Let me see if I do.
Are you sure you're not talking about OKKO?
No, okay,
Oh
yeah.
my
There's a
fucking-
character
yes, I
called
remember this thing.
OKKO. Or no, there's a character called TKO and OKKO. I'm talking about Cartoon Network TKO, which was like giant robot battles.
Yeah. They were like fucking painted to look like characters and shit, but they all basically had the same character model.
Yeah, I
This
mean
is
they were like
Texas
the
Rock.
nudes of fighting games.
No, I don't know this one.
It was okay.
All right, can we move on to the next topic? Because we've been on this
yeah.
for a while.
How do you guys feel about VR?
VR?
I think it's in its infancy and it needs to grow.
It definitely is. I was gonna say that it has a lot of potential, but as it stands right now, not a lot of interesting concepts have really been done with it. It's still relying on the whole like immersion horror thing for a bit, and then it's just like, thank God for Justin Roiland just experimenting with that as much as he has.
Seriously?
I don't know, man. That Trover game does not look like good, honestly.
I mean, it's not about like whether it's good or not. It's about whether or not it has interesting concepts, because we're still just experimenting with this. This is like back when computer games became a thing. It's like how many bad ones came out. Yeah,
This is
how
what
many
I'm talking about with fucking Sony. They have to get their priorities straight. Don't let your first state of play be 80% VR games. That's fucking stupid when only 5% of people who own a PlayStation 4 own a PSVR.
It's fucking. I know one person with a PSVR, but I know a shit ton of people with a PS4.
Exactly.
And there's cool.
Yeah, that
games.
is like 1 in 5.
Yeah, that's 1 in 5, dude. I know Aaron's the only person I know that has it.
Same?
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
Dude, same. Who's Aaron?
Don't say same if you don't
Exactly.
know.
I don't know.
Then don't say same.
I won't say same then.
But you just did.
Well, I won't say it again.
Same. So, the problem I have with it is just like it feels like there's nothing to do with it. Like, sure, fucking Super Hot was honestly the best thing to happen
Super
there.
Hot was great. Super Hot was an amazing VR game.
Super Hot works fantastic. Like that's perfect. I love that shit.
And Beat Saber.
Beat Saber's also good. Beat Saber was also really good.
Oh, and Tetris
then
Effect.
Tetris Effect has VR, but I don't feel like it's a VR game. I feel like it's a game that's enhanced by VR. You get me?
I've also heard
you could get immersed in it, but there's no benefits of actually
I've heard good
going
things
in.
about
There's
Astrobot
no
also.
specifics.
What I went there, and the fucking main thing that they had going on was a fucking Hatsune Miku game where you just sit there and watch a concert, and you're just in a virtual fucking concert. That's it. That's it. You're in a virtual Hatsune Miku concert.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about too,
Is that
because
sad?
Fortnite claimed that they were the first ones to do it, and they weren't.
No, they weren't by a fucking long shot.
I think VR is interesting, but even with all of the technology we have now, we couldn't get it right before. We can't get it right now.
I feel like
Guys.
we're getting there. It's like we've got the tech. It's just not. No one knows what the fuck to do with it. It's
But
like
don't-
we've dropped a bunch of fucking Legos on someone's fucking feet. but no one knows what the hell to do with it because it's just the bricks.
But don't you know that we perfected it back in the 90s with the Virtual Boy?
Don't you know that you can shove that shit right up your ass?
But to be perfectly honest, I think we peaked with VR thanks to the announcement of Five Nights at Freddy's virtual reality.
Oh my god, my fucking nephew's gonna go ape shit.
That's a real thing that you can purchase for your PSVR.
Let me explain to you. My life is hell. My nephew will not leave me the fuck alone. All he wants me to do is play either Five Nights, Fortnite, or fucking
Minecraft?
No.
Roblox?
We mentioned it. Fucking in Super Hot. Like that's it. That's all he wants me to do is play
so at least
that.
your nephew has some taste.
A taste. He has one modicum of taste. And then Fortnite. Like sort of makes it a bad run.
Yeah.
You know what's... I don't know. The weird thing is that VR is trying to immerse yourself into the game and make you feel like you're in the game, which is the whole thing. Like, you're just there. And it's been like that since, as Dan said, the freaking Virtual Boy. But I feel like there were better ways to immerse yourself into a game back then with, like, certain peripherals. One example I would say is like Time Crisis.
Oh, okay.
You have a gun peripheral that gives you the recoil. It's your standard light gun. So every time you pull the trigger, the screen flashes. Mm-hmm. It points where you're aiming. Or if you want to go, this might be a little bit obscure, but in the arcade,
yes,
in arcades, there was this there's this cop game called Police 911. That's literally what it's called. You stand in front of the screen with a gun, and there's a camera that tracks your movements, and wherever your body is leaning, you lean, like the actual camera moves in that direction. So if you're trying to lean towards cover, and your body is moving where that cover would be, your hitbox is essentially there.
Was it a camera?
You
that
are
they
a
used?
moving hitbox.
Was it a camera?
I'm pretty sure it was a camera.
Wasn't that the one that had like the fucking lever on the foot?
No, there was no lever on the foot. Your entire body is your hitbox.
Which one am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Time Crisis. That's the one with the wait.
Are we talking about Time Crisis or Time Splitters?
Time Splitters is a first-person console game that was released by GoldenEye developers.
I feel like VR would be perfect for on-rail shooters.
Yes. Because
I would say yes.
The problem with VR right now is movement. We don't know how to fuck to make someone move without it feeling goddamn weird.
Well, I know there is like that one like weird like hula hoop thing you can like harness yourself into and like run on it like a treadmill, but that just costs a lot and looks weird. Whereas like with an on-rail shooter, like can you imagine Luigi's Mansion arcade as an on-rail shooter VR? Mm-hmm. That would be
real
amazing.
Talk. I'll take any Time Crisis on VR. I would love that.
Yeah, what about Typing of the Dead VR?
What about fuck you? What? I guess if you're like trying to do touch typing, then I guess.
Yeah.
But not being able to see the keyboard is going to be major detriment.
True.
Like for the people who like have never played Typing of the Dead before, which is the people that Typing of the Dead is aimed for. They're gonna have a hard time with it.
I just feel like if Nintendo can make a good on-rail shooter, then like they could probably get into the VR market. Oh wait, they're already trying to get into the VR market with Nintendo Labo. Mm-hmm. Like, what is up with that? Like, what will people do with it? I'm so confused by Nintendo Labo VR kit. It doesn't make sense.
It makes as much sense as Virtual Boy being, a virtual reality handheld. It doesn't.
Wait. Okay. The size of the Switch makes this a very impractical idea. However, this is basically just Google Cardboard. What we're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
LOL. Remember Google Cardboard?
Not really.
That is a sad thing that happened to that.
It's so funny that, like, you know, the fucking phone VR thing was, like, such a craze. I go to Goodwill every other week or so just to fuck around. And every single time I go, I find more and more VR headset adapters for phones.
Oh my god.
I didn't even know there were, like, it's, like, this many existed on the fucking planet, let alone, like, why the fuck? Like, what the hell, dude? What was the point? What actual VR was there for phones?
I got one for my dad for his birthday, and I never see him use it, but I don't blame him because, like, there's nothing for him to use it with.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Like, honestly, hey, you know what? At least Google Cardboard did get better than Google Glasses. Am I right?
Holy shit, dude. Google Glasses is... Fuck, dude. What happened to that?
It died. It died bad.
Yeah, but why? Like, it seemed like an interesting idea. What was the problem with it?
Yeah, okay, it seemed like an interesting idea, but, like, the problem was you had to... It's so small, you had to look in the corner, and, like, it looks so stupid to wear. Like, can you imagine having a conversation, then, like, I'm looking at you like, oh, hey, Mig, how's life going? Stuff like that, and then you're like, oh, hey, Dan, it's going good. Meanwhile, while you're saying that, I'm looking like I got a fucking eye floater in my eye, on the top right corner of my eye, like trying to get, like, the news or weather or something. I'm like, I look like an idiot. And no one was buying it because it was so expensive.
I feel like that was the downfall of it, the fact that it was so expensive, because, like, smartwatches are still a thing, dude.
Yeah, but that's way more convenient and less stupid looking than Google Glasses.
Is it though? Is it really?
No.
I think I would think looking at your, like, playing with your watch sounds just as dumb as
No, that looks way
wearing a
cooler
pair of
because,
glasses
like,
and look
when
at
you
the
see,
news.
like, spy movies and you see, like, people talking into their watches, like, you know, like, okay, I'm at the... Colonel, I'm at the base. It's time for the next step.
The codec is in his ears, like a text.
I know, I'm talking about, like, a spy movie and Snake came up. I don't know, man. My mind is, like, thinking about tonight with Mario Party.
Did it ever fuck you up that, like, so many people own a codec? John?
in
Metal Gear? Metal Gear Solid? They're like...
Because everybody has nanomachines, pretty much. Nanomachines is what makes the codec work.
Nanomachines, son.
Pretty much. It's like, you got nanomachines, you got a codec.
Yo, Metal Gear Solid, though.
No, you know what? I'm pretty sure that's literally how it works. Everybody has nanomachines, so everybody has a frequency.
Hey,
happens if, like-
that's just a theory. A game theory.
No, it's not.
Is it?
It's not really a game theory when the game actually pretty much confirms that.
Is it nanomachines? I like, because they said that they had, like, you know, electronics, you know, vibrating the bones in your ear and shit. So, like,
Which is the
nanomachine,
nanomachines,
right?
really.
Okay.
Is it? I honestly,
Yeah, the
I haven't been picking
nanomachines
up.
go through your bloodstream, and it pretty much channels it to your ear as essentially as light vibrations.
Isn't that really dangerous to have, like, nanomachines in you? Because, like, at some point, like, man, haven't these people seen Ghost in the Shell?
Yeah, but Ghost in the Shell, they're robots.
Yeah, but, like...
Anime. That's
Like they're
dumb.
part cyborgs.
Anime.
Actually, no, scratch that. A good majority of them are androids.
Unless you're talking about the kick-ass Netflix adaptation of Ghost in a Shell, because that was kick-ass with how they whitewashed it and everything. My God, that was just the best movie ever.
That wasn't Netflix. That was a full-flegged movie.
That was a
Wow,
that was a
that's even
full-fledged.
sadder.
Yeah, it was a fucking mess. It's funny. So funny.
You hear they're redubbing Neon Genesis Evangelion with a new cast?
Maybe.
Because of course they
I
are.
don't care too much about Evangelion, to be honest. I know I'll get a lot of shit for that, but it's not my cup of tea.
Never had a chance to watch it,
It's
so
hey, watch Devilman Crybaby. It's the same fucking thing in more condensed.
I would.
Devilman Crybaby is just Evangelion. I shit you not. It ends with the exact same shot too. That's the thing that pissed me off the most. The fact that not only did it start like lifting the basic concepts of Evangelion, but like at the end of it, it ends with the same shot. What? What?
Okay, but is
that doesn't sound like Neon Genesis's fault. That sounds like Devilman Crybaby's fault.
It is Devilman Crybaby's fault. That's why I'm so fucking confused as to how the fuck they got away with it. Like, Evangelion's not an unknown series. That's one of the most famous animes that have ever existed. How the fuck do you do that?
Alright, but is the theme song better or worse than Cruel Merciless Angel?
Oh, fuck. You know what? You have put me on the goddamn spot. You have put me on the spot. Because A Cruel Angel's thesis is a bop. It is a banger. However, Devilman Crybaby's fucking theme is a slapping hit, dude. That shit hits hard.
Okay, but...
I don't know. I'll go with Cruel Angel's thesis just because, the classics. But Devilman Crybaby theme is a go-to if you ever need a good anime theme.
Okay, but do either of them slap as hard as the theme song for Camp Lazlo? I don't think so. I don't think either of them do.
Yeah, it's like crossing between genres, and we have to find a song that will be similar to it.
So, what?
So you agree with me?
No!
What was that comment?
I'm confused by that comment.
Yeah, see?
The comment is if you're gonna have a proper comparison from two specific genres, you kind of need to hear a song that will be similar to each other in each genre.
They're different genres, dude. That's
what I'm saying.
Crybaby and fucking relax.
I don't know what he's talking about, man. Is he
Devilman Crybaby, and fucking Evangelion? Both of those songs are very different, genres as well.
Yeah, but they're both animes versus your standard morning cartoon.
So then fucking what would you have Saturday morning? What would you have?
I'll have you know, it aired at 5 p.m. during the week.
They're two completely different styles. One's for freaking
action and shit.
Children cartoons. The other one's more of an action. If you have an anime that's more lighthearted, or I guess what you would call something that's kind of like a down to earth kind of anime, then maybe you can make a more fair comparison.
I would not call Neon Genesis Evangelion. I don't watch the show, but I know enough about it to not call it a down-to-earth anime.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Fucking,
What do you think? Dan, do you listen?
I don't watch anime, so obviously, no.
What does one have to do with the other?
With what?
Why don't you listen? And you're talking about, I don't watch anime, so I don't listen.
Yeah, why would I listen to anime if I don't watch it? How would that even work?
I love this conversation because I can tell John slowly is I can sense the fucking vein on his forehead just slowly starting to pop out.
I love it too. I love messing with it. I love the guy.
Anyway, what are your favorite video game peripherals, if you guys have any? Before I just leave the call.
Favorite or least favorite? Because I would have to say my favorite is probably the Wii balance board because I'm using it for everything it's not intended to be used for.
How do you figure?
I use it as a bookshelf or a bookend or whatever. I don't use it for Wii Fit.
He's not using it as a video game peripheral. He's using it as a paperweight.
I was hoping he was gonna be like, yeah, I went into it. I managed to get the fucking drivers, so now I'm using it for specific controls and shit. I'm using it as foot pedals in a racing game. I don't know. I thought you were gonna pull out some fucking crazy shit like that.
Although I would say probably my favorite for actual gaming is DDR Dance Pad.
DDR Dance Pad's pretty interesting. Yeah, pretty.
I
cool.
like that one.
That's a good peripheral.
It is good. It's a good peripheral. I'd say I like it more than the Guitar Hero guitar, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm terrible at rhythm games.
What about you, John?
I like me a good old gun con. All those old Namco light guns. for Time Crisis, specifically for Time Crisis, because they tend to at least release one per console.
Do those work on modern TVs?
Since light guns, no, because it's the way how the monitors are, constructed, that they're LEDs now. So you need a specific kind of flash that is sent from a CRT for it to register on the gun.
So what happens is a CRT, or cathode ray tube, basically their refresh rate is infinitesimally faster than a plasma or LED screen because of the nature of how it functions. And so a light gun would never work nowadays because a TV's too fucking slow. Our TVs are just way too goddamn slow at the refresh rate. So essentially by the time that the gun is trying to pick up the flash on the screen, it's not even loaded. It's not even there yet. And so it just doesn't work anymore. There's a video footage of how slow it really is in comparison. And it's actually kind of amazing how exactly this shit works. But yeah.
And there is ways to make it there are the third version of the gun con for Time Crisis 4 on PlayStation 3. The way how they had that work is they actually used sensors, like infrared sensors, on two sides of the monitor.
Really?
That you will have to plug in separately. You will need to have the sensors and the gun both plugged in, and before you start the game, get to the main menu, the game first has you go through a calibrations test to make sure that you have your if your sensors are aligned well, you are able to hit 4 different targets, one on a target on each corner of your monitor, to make sure that this is where you are positioned and the way how the sensors are situated. So by where you are currently, this is how it's calibrated. But if you say if you're playing the game standing up and then you sit down, you kind of mess up the calibration.
Fuck.
It might not be this. It might not work as well as it was when you first calibrated when you stand up. But the good thing is that if you try for you to access the menus, you can still it does have 2 joysticks on it, so you can navigate the menus with just the joysticks and the buttons. So you could recalibrate it if anything. So you can still technically use gun peripherals in that sense, but that takes up too many USB slots.
That's kind of cool. I think,
and plus, I don't think that'll ever happen anymore since they were PlayStation exclusive, and I think Sony is very keen on keeping their PlayStation Move controller, so they're going to release pieces of plastic to go along with it.
Yeah, actually, least favorite peripheral would be the PlayStation Move and Xbox Kinect.
Oh, the Kinect Easy. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Fuck, dude.
Kinect barely works.
Dude,
Yeah,
oh my god.
Worked. And same with the PlayStation Move.
Let me tell you, I had a fucking one of my ex's fucking little brothers had that shit, and they had it hooked up in the rec room, which is where we usually spent our time while playing the fucking Xbox. So we had to deal with that fucking thing half the goddamn time because it was just such a pain in the ass, and it just wouldn't fucking work. It wasn't a good system. It was really dumb. What I find really funny is that a lot of ghost hunters currently use it as a way of picking up ghosts, which is so funny.
No, actually, the Kinect is used for a lot of things that it's not meant for. For example, I worked at a summer camp on a university 2 years ago, and one of the vending machines at the summer camp used the Kinect as a security camera.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was very weird. Although it was cool also. The Kinect is used for a lot of things outside of what it's meant for. I like that. I like when people take something and change it into something that it's not supposed to be made for and then make something cool out of it. That's why I thought the Labo like was cool, like that make your own thing with the programming, because that's cool. What's not cool is dumb, stupid Wii Sports peripherals.
You mean like the? Oh my god! You mean like the fucking
The tennis racket, the baseball
the
bat,
fucking golf club you would slip on and shit.
Yeah,
and the tennis
exactly,
racket.
exactly.
Oh my god, dude! I had entirely forgotten about that shit. They came in a set, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Same with
they always came in.
Same with the steering wheel, but like to a lesser extent.
But the steering wheel, like, actually, like, you could find a reason for it because,
Exactly.
like the Wiimote is like a little bit uncomfortable to hold. I would say that my favorite peripheral is like the fucking like steering wheels because I just think like
Really?
it just makes. I like steering wheels. I think they're
I don't
cool.
know, man. I think I'd rather play with the GameCube
absolutely.
controller.
I kind of agree with that as well.
I especially like when they got the fucking hand shifts.
Oh,
fucking
are we talking
paddle
about like
shifters?
arcade
Those are good.
now? Are we talking about like arcade?
No, there are steering wheels out there nowadays that actually. There's two different models.
I think
and
Logitech makes some of
there's.
them.
That's cool.
Yeah, they still make them.
Probably. It's their shtick. Like, they make peripherals. That's sort of the thing that they do. I mean, I have my fucking, I have my two, like, airplane joysticks specifically so I can play Virtual on my computer.
Really?
Yeah, but both of those are like, Logitech joysticks.
Cool. Logitech is a solid company.
They are. They have their budget products, but you know to beware of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, VR is in its infancy state. The only good thing from State of Play that was VR was Iron Man VR. Speaking of which,
my god.
can we move on to the next topic?
Do you mean oh, okay. So, on the subject of Marvel, John and I recently saw Captain Marvel.
Spoilers, by the way. Let's not do a spoiler free, because that's gonna suck, because then we'll be like, oh, what's spoilers, what's not spoilers? You know, stuff like that. So...
Okay, I guess we'll go into spoiler territory,
mean,
but I feel like we can talk about it without it.
Yeah, we could talk about it without spoiling it, because...
I know, but then, like,
I mean,
someone could slip up, and then, like, we should say spoiler alert.
Okay, let me fucking put it like this, Dan. Let me put it like this so you get it. The story doesn't fucking matter.
It really doesn't.
It really
doesn't matter. But like, still, people who want to see it, I still think we should. Spoiler alert! I'm just gonna say it. Spoiler alert.
Okay. Spoiler alert.
Look, I'm not even
skip to insert time.
No, don't
here.
say that. Don't say that. I'll just like, I gotta figure that out. Then I'll just like put the time codes for every topic anyway, so we'll just leave that there.
Here's the thing. I really never enjoyed much of the recent Marvel films. I honestly
Infinity
have
War?
not. Including Infinity War.
Blasphemy.
Not like Infinity War.
Blasphemy.
Yeah.
Did you?
Bro, I felt it every time. Whenever there's something I could not stand or it just makes me wince, Mig looks at me because he always sits next to me in the theater. And whenever I have a problem with it, I feel him looking at me.
Does he just like look? Does he turn his head slowly with like the biggest doofiest smile, just like waiting for you to wince?
No, not really the biggest doofiest smile, but he knows me long enough to know, like, oh, he's gonna have a problem with this. Let me see. And he sees my face. I'm like, yeah, he has a problem with it. Don't think I don't notice.
Oh my god! Like every time something fucking dumb happens, I'm like, what? Let's take a gander. Let's see how he reacts. And he sits there. He's usually just staring there, or really frustrated, with his hand on his chin, breathing really hard because he's like,
they really are doing this?
I can't fucking believe it.
Wow, you have a
the perfect example is when
high fucking standard for movie going.
No, here's the thing. My standards are really low.
So why don't you like I'm not saying they're low, like Marvel movies are low standard, but I'm not saying that like they're high. I'm just saying there's a quality standard to Marvel movies. So what don't you like about them?
They're okay movies. Like let's be be real. They're okay.
That's the
movies.
thing. They're just
They're
exactly.
solid.
They're just okay to
They're
me.
solid.
I'd say like really.
There's like. They're not bad. They're not the best. They're solid. Like, they get the job done, and I think they're enjoyable. I don't understand why you don't like Marvel movies.
Okay,
Go for it, Joe.
this will be more of why I kind of enjoyed Captain Marvel than why I didn't enjoy any other recent
did
Marvel
like
film
Captain
as of right
Marvel.
now.
Yeah.
Yes, I actually enjoyed Captain Marvel, but not for the reason you think.
Okay.
He brought in a hook.
You
He brought
had
in a hook.
You had my presence. Now you have my curiosity.
See, people will say, "Oh, I like Marvel because of the overall story. I like this Marvel movie because the overall fight scenes. I love the way how they just edit everything, all the fancy special effects." I will say, yes, the special effects for Captain Marvel herself was good.
Okay.
I would say the story for the character Captain Marvel is good. Captain
honestly,
Marvel is the only character I liked in that movie.
I'd argue.
Whoa,
it's
what about
dumb.
Nick? What about Fury?
Nick, okay, Fury. I'll slip in there as in I enjoyed him too, but he's unfortunately the supporting role.
Yeah. Okay. So wait, why is that? Wait. Why is that a bad thing that he's supporting role? Like, here's my review of Captain Marvel. I liked the actor for Nick Fury, but he's only a supporting role, so I'm docking 2 points for that.
He wasn't even like a support. He wasn't even just a supporting role. He was a major player in the fucking scheme of things.
Exactly. And how do you not like Goose?
Goose was cool. Goose was funny. But I know what.
John, why do you not like Goose, John?
Because my cat's cuter.
Ooh,
That is the pettiest.
He's not wrong.
That is the pettiest shit. I doubt he's wrong. I would love to see a photo of your cat. That sounds amazing. But that is the pettiest shit I've ever heard.
He's fucked.
Like the Anyway, can we just get it back on topic?
We've been on topic. This is the topic.
It's a hot topic.
Why Goose is cute?
No, why about you not liking Marvel movies?
You keep dancing around and then throwing in more fucking questions that don't answer the fucking main one. What are you talking about, buddy?
Okay, sorry. Why do you like Captain Marvel?
I enjoy the character herself more than what I've seen in the whole movie.
So did you enjoy the movie or did you enjoy the character?
The character.
I like the movie for the character.
Can I throw in my...
The character felt...
Yes, please.
I'm gonna throw in my hat. I think that Captain Marvel as a character, she was great. I feel like some of the interactions she had with the characters were also really good, and they added more to her character. But I feel like the fucking story around it was just shit happening.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Are you a comic book fan or no?
I am a comic book fan. Yes.
Okay, were you upset with the direction they took with the Skrulls?
It was weird. It was really fucking weird. Okay, I'm not crazy. I'm not the only one that's just there like, wait, these guys aren't supposed... What's going on here?
Well, I mean, I didn't mind. I just know a lot of people did mind who have read the comics.
Yeah. No, of course. It was really weird seeing how that went, because I'm just like, man, how the fuck are we gonna do Secret Wars now?
No, and then, like, the thing is, like, everyone before the movie came out was like, which Avenger is secretly a Skrull? And now it's like the Skrulls are good guys. It's like, oh.
All right, we're doing spoilers, right? Anyway. So, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like they portrayed this version of the Skrulls really well, to the point where, like, you get it, and, like, the Skrull that you do meet, the main guy, he's really likable, and I enjoy his character a lot. This movie has good characters, but for fuck's sake, I wish they had something more to do that made sense. Because it's just shit happening.
Okay, here are my problems. I thought it was a good movie. Mm-hmm. I had my problems with it. I thought the first act was very weak. Up until she got to Earth, I thought it was very weak.
Yes, very much so.
I thought the fact that the MacGuffin was a light speed engine was fucking stupid, because they were going basically close to light speed warping anyway. So, like, what's the point? Why do you need this so badly? Why is this the thing you're going after? And the fact that they basically, like, what was the lesson of Captain Marvel? Like, the whole point in the beginning was she had to learn to, like, temper herself, like, temper her emotions. And then at the end, she's like, oh, fuck it. I have, like, godly powers. Why am I tempering my emotions?
It's...
Her emotions are tied to her powers. If she gets too emotional, she loses control of her powers.
Except the fact that she literally destroys her limiter and then goes with unlimited power, and she, like, does everything perfectly.
I don't feel like it's about, like, you know, controlling your emotions. I don't feel like that's really the theme here. I think.
So then why did they bring it up in the beginning?
Because it's not. Because it's okay. It's not about controlling your emotions. It's about embracing them. That's the point. That's why I like. As soon as she gets rid of the fucking limiter, she's now able to actually use her powers because it comes from the fact that comes from her emotions. It's not about being in control of them. It's about embracing the fact that they're happening. You get me?
Yeah, but you have to embrace them while you can control them. That's the problem.
She figures out how to control them by embracing them. The problem is that what they wanted wasn't control of the emotions. What they wanted was just complete, like, sidestepping ignorance. Just don't use it. Basically, that's why they put the limiter on it. So it's like it's a weapon that you're
yes, but she could still use it.
She could still use it, but it's nowhere near as strong because it's a fucking...
It's not to her full effect.
Exactly.
It's more... Yeah, it is...
Okay, and that's
I do
another
agree
thing.
with Miguel.
She's never used her powers before, so the fact that once she took the limiter off, she literally just was like, this is, like, how I do it, you know, like, just
No, she
perfectly.
fucked up every now and then. She got slapped around by her own powers. You can't ignore the fact that she ate shit.
No,
she
not
ate
when
shit like 3 fucking
times. Are you kidding me? When she took off her limiter and she was, like, blowing up, like, spaceship after spaceship, she was, like, just doing it perfectly. There was, like, no errors. Like, she was just doing it fine.
Bro, when did you watch the movie?
We're gonna... Wait, so we're gonna ignore the fight scene when she got control of her powers.
We're just gonna ignore the fact that she ate shit like fucking 3 to 4 times in that fight, right? We're
Are you
just
talking
gonna
about the
ignore
fight with the superior intelligence?
No, after that.
The fight after that.
You mean versus that one guy?
Versus the whole crew.
Versus the whole team.
Oh, that? Yeah, no, that... She
ate shit all over the fucking ship. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fight after that.
But you can't ignore that.
Why are you worrying about the fight after that? That's not our...
You can't sit here and ignore the fact that she did in fact struggle with her powers and then claim that she didn't. She's there like, oh, cool, I can fucking do this now, but she's fucking being an idiot with it because she doesn't know how to work it quite yet. But she figures it out.
Okay, but here's the problem is, like, it's different than from what she did in there to what she did at the end, where she's just, like, blasting everyone, like, within 10 seconds.
She threw a fucking nuke at them.
Exactly, like...
But she's not the one blasting them away, she's using the fucking nuke. But anyways, like, it doesn't matter, like, she does try to figure it out. You can't say she doesn't struggle to use it, she does.
I'm not saying... she does. I'm just saying, like, it just seems like such a short time from between, hey, I took the limiter off, and hey, now I'm blowing up ships in one blast.
Gee, it's like it's a 2-hour movie.
No, but literally, between the limiter and the ship blowing up, it's like 5 minutes.
Yeah, like if it's a 2-hour movie.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that I feel like Captain Marvel would have been way better as a series than it has as a movie.
Well, there was a planned series, I think, that was canceled.
Oh, that's a fucking shame, and that makes a lot of sense because this thing goes beat for beat as though they were episodes rather than they were.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, it felt very episodic as compared to like a, you know, like a very. It didn't feel as tied together.
It felt more like. This is my problem with it. That my main issue with it is how the movie is structured because it's just things happening. We're going from beat to beat, but we don't care about what those beats are or why they're happening. We just understand that they are happening and why. We just don't care why. You get me? We don't have any real investment in the scene that's happening. We're just like, oh, okay, it's happening, and we know what's happening.
See, the only problem is, like with
Also, the fight scenes were kind of weird.
Exactly, yeah. The fight scenes were just like, I don't know, man. I didn't like the fight scenes, but
the fight scenes were very weak.
The fight scenes were hella weak, especially at the beginning. That first fight scene
dude,
was
yeah, I told
so
you, like,
hard to
the
follow
entire
along with.
first act was just super weak until she got to Earth. Oh, so can we talk about why you like Captain Marvel the movie and not other recent Marvel movies?
All right. So I already explained why I like Captain Marvel, because there was at least one aspect that I enjoyed, and it was actually the character and the character's
She carried that shit on her fucking back.
struggle.
She carried that shit on her back.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the best part of the movie. Meanwhile, in other Marvel films, I can't even get one thing out of it.
What do you mean?
All right, Captain Marvel, I at least like the character. Everything else is fuck all.
You
Other
like
the
any
other
of
Marvel movies, like
in other Marvel movies?
I couldn't give a fuck.
Really?
Did you ever watch Guardians?
No, I couldn't give a
You
fuck.
might like Guardians.
He would like Guardians.
Especially Guardians 2. Guardians 2 I think you would really like.
See, I've seen arguments like which is better. I think they're both great. I don't know which is better.
I think 2 is better.
2 might be better. But he
two-
has to watch 1 first to understand what's going on.
Yeah. I feel like 1 is like it's good and it's got a lot of great set pieces and like it's just such a memorable romp. But I feel like the
1 is a really good origin movie.
It is. I feel like it was honestly the best origin movie, save for Iron Man, out of the whole run.
I guess not including Sam Raimi.
Yeah, no, of course. We're talking about like current fucking Marvel.
Iron Man 1 was... I enjoyed that.
That was a good ass movie.
I enjoyed...
Yeah.
Here's the thing. When I mean current Marvel films, I'm talking about mostly everything that came from Civil War.
What came after Civil War?
I didn't care about...
let me pull up a list.
Pretty much almost everything after Civil War.
Including Civil War?
I couldn't care. That's the thing I can't really say, because I watched bits and pieces of it, but those bits and pieces I kind of enjoyed. Is just I can never really watch it in full, so I can't really say.
So did you like?
I like Civil War. I like Civil War because it made a terrible fucking comic storyline into something that was good.
Exactly. I liked Civil War, but also the fact is I think it wasn't a Captain America movie. I think it was just an Avengers movie. I mean,
it kind of was.
It was. It was. It
wait,
totally
so you're
fucking
saying
was.
you liked everything before Civil War?
No, I'm not saying that either. There are certain films before Civil War I enjoyed. I did enjoy Iron Man 1. I enjoyed Captain America. I enjoyed the first Avengers film.
Do you know that the Incredible Hulk is part of the MCU?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they never bring that up, how it's a different actor.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not gonna bring up the fact that apparently the TV show was also canon.
It was? Oh my god.
Yeah, remember? Yeah, I don't know if that still is, but when they made the movie, it was supposed to be a continuation of the Hulk TV show.
Holy fuck. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But, so you liked Iron Man. Did you like the Incredible Hulk?
I'm on and off about that one. Like, it was okay, but it's not too memorable.
Yeah, I barely remember anything from that. Did you like Iron Man 2?
I like the idea of it.
What was the idea again?
Having two Iron Mans actually work together to destroy a bigger threat, but the bigger threat wasn't really a threat.
Wait.
Isn't
I thought
the one with the president?
I thought Iron Man 2 was him not wanting to be Iron Man anymore.
No, that's 3.
I thought that was Iron Man 3.
That's Iron Man
No,
3,
Iron Man 3 was when he had PTSD.
Pretty thick and strong. Dick. Anyways,
But,
2.
yeah. So 2, I just don't remember at all. Thor, nobody
I
liked
like
Thor.
3. I like Iron Man 3, and I know that
I
movie gets a lot of
love
shit.
Iron Man 3. I honestly really do love it. I think it is a very good, like... I think it dives very deep into the character of Tony Stark, and I think a lot of people were babies because there wasn't enough Iron Man, and I'm like... But
I think a lot of people were also
good
being
movie.
babies because they changed the fucking Mandarin, and I'm just like... But it's such a good twist, though. Like,
It
it
is a
works
good
in
twist.
the story.
It's a
Like,
really
it-
good twist.
It works in this context, and it's so good for it. Like,
Also,
can we
he's such, like, a minor villain in, like, the grand scheme of things. Like, in regards to the whole MCU.
yeah, MCU, but like that's like Iron Man's arch enemy.
I know, but, like, still.
So like I get why people were upset, but it's just like, come on.
True. And then there was, Thor. Nobody liked Thor.
I never saw
Yeah,
Thor.
I don't blame you. And then there was, Captain America First Avenger, which I liked. Did you like that?
It was good. I
I
enjoyed
liked
it.
that. What about you, Mig?
Which one?
Captain America.
Captain America, the first one.
The first one? I didn't catch it.
You really didn't?
No, I didn't
was
see
a
it.
good one.
I
I guess
saw
the-
Winter Soldier though, and Winter Soldier was fucking great.
Winter Soldier might be the best MCU movie, honestly.
Honestly, it fucking might, because that movie was great. I loved
That
it.
movie was stupendous. That movie was like, it beat for beat, it was amazing. Like I couldn't think of anything. Well, there was one thing I had a problem with, and it's so nitpicky. It is like the most
Yeah.
nitpicky thing ever. The fact that they were hiding the drive in the vending machine.
Yeah,
But that's just
I-
like,
Mig, this might sound a bit weird coming from me, but I'd say give First Adventure a watch.
yeah.
honestly, I think
I'd
so,
say
yeah.
you should watch Winter Soldier because you haven't, right?
No.
Also
You should watch
watch
it. You would
Guardians-
like it. You
also watch
specifically would
Guardians
like
of
it
the
a lot.
Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'll try to give it.
Guardians
and then-
is so dumb. I think you'd have fun with it.
And then there was Marvel's The Avengers. That was, I think everyone can agree, that was a really good movie. I
was-
liked,
I enjoyed it.
I was surprised that they gave everybody something to do.
yeah, like I didn't think they were going to give Hulk anything to do, and they did.
Yeah, you know. We have a
And
Hulk.
then that was the end of Phase 1,
Yeah.
and now we're on Phase 2 with Iron Man 3, which I loved, like we said before. Thor: The Dark World, which nobody loved. I think people are saying that might be the worst Marvel movie, which I can agree with. But
Which one?
Thor: Dark
The
World.
Dark World.
Which one's that
I heard
one?
that
That's
one was
just-
boring as
That's,
shit.
that's the second Thor movie.
I don't remember hearing about
Yeah,
this one.
don't worry. You don't need to know anything. Then there was Winter Soldier, which we talked about. Guardians of the Galaxy, which we talked about. And then Avengers: Age of Ultron. And it was a good movie, but it did not live up anywhere close to the first movie.
I didn't see Age of Ultron either.
Me neither. We should just, you know what, John? You and me should just sit down and fucking go through them.
Just go
Because like
through them.
we're missing a lot. We have gaps in our fucking MCU knowledge. Not to
Okay,
mention
I can
Endgame
tell
is
you-
coming
there's
out
gaps
soon.
in our MCU.
You can skip Thor: The Dark World. All you need to know is Loki.
Loki is Loki.
Well, I was gonna say Loki like dies at the end of it, but like honestly, you saw Infinity War, so you know he doesn't.
I mean, doesn't Ragnarok like bring him back anyways?
Did you watch Ragnarok? I was gonna get there. I have a list.
Okay.
Wait, isn't Ragnarok like literally just before Infinity
Yes.
War?
It's pretty fucking
Literally
close to it.
right before. But yeah. So then after Age of Ultron is Ant-Man. Did you guys watch Ant-Man?
Nope.
Nope, couldn't care.
Well, you should check it out.
When they got rid of
okay
Edgar
movie.
Wright, I dropped interest. Like,
It's
to
an
be
okay
honest.
movie.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I heard the second one was actual shit though.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like if it's not a Dark World, it's Ant-Man and Wasp is the worst Marvel MCU movie.
Why is it so bad? Is it just that boring?
It's just like nothing happens at all. Like it is like boring. People are stupid. Lawrence Fishburne is great, but like he's barely in it. God damn, dude, it's just so bad. Anyway, after that came Civil War, which we all said we enjoyed. And after that was another divisive movie, Doctor Strange. What did everyone?
You didn't like Doctor Strange?
I just thought it was not their best. I thought it was relatively weak. Did you watch it?
No. Again, I have not been caught up with it. But and that sucks because Doctor Strange is actually a really fucking cool character in the comics.
He is. I think Benedict Cumberbatch does a good job with him. I just think, it's just not my favorite. After that was Volume 2 of Guardians of the Galaxy. Amazing movie. Spectacular movie. Just God, it's a good movie. After that was Spider-Man Homecoming. I love that movie. That might be my favorite version of Spider-Man.
What?
Movie-wise.
What?
What?
We're just gonna ignore Spider-Verse.
I meant okay.
If we're talking about cinematic, if we're talking about actual live action, I will say, are we gonna forget about the Sam Raimi
Yeah,
films?
also that.
Okay, well, yes, but also the problem with the Sam Raimi films is I love them to death. Don't get me wrong, I love them to death. I love Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Spider-Man is, at least during this time, he's supposed to be young and a kid. And I think Tom Holland pulls that off very well because he's young and a kid. Although I'm not a fan of what they did with Aunt May. And thank Christ Homecoming was not an origin story. We did not need another one of those. I am so happy that they did not make it an origin story. Because that would have sucked. Michael Keaton as the Vulture was amazing in that movie.
I think that was the best thing in that whole movie, in my opinion.
What, Michael Keaton?
Yep.
Yes,
He was great. And the fact that Eric from Into the Spider-Verse was in the movie too. It was great. Yeah.
Who the fuck's Eric?
His uncle. Miles' uncle.
Whose uncle?
Miles' uncle.
Miles' uncle? Okay, who played him?
Who did play him? I think it was the same actor. I honestly don't know.
No, that's why I'm trying to figure out, who's the same actor of this character.
Look it up. I don't know.
But you just...
All I know is that he's in the movie, and he plays Uncle Eric.
So, we were supposed to contrast Marvel with DC.
Right. So here's what I think with Marvel and DC. Marvel, I think, has a larger amount of high quality movies. That being said, I think DC, when they hit it out of the park, they really hit it out of the park, with the Batman trilogy.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay.
Hands down. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, you probably have more interesting things to say.
Yeah, probably.
Go ahead.
So, when it comes to the comics perspective of this, I feel like DC just has better stories, because Marvel is very focused on creating plot lines and just making them happen, and every time there's an interesting plot line, it's an event, so they make it so you have to get 50 fucking comics together in order for you to figure out what the story is, which is really fucking annoying. Whereas DC, just straight up, you can go to Barnes & Nobles or comic book shop, and you can get trades of actual DC storylines, which I think makes it better. And so when they adapt them into movies, they basically have the stories already done for them. You get me? So you could just grab a fucking book and just turn that into a movie, which is why most of the animated movies actually function really well, because they're not focused on creating a bigger world. Whereas
The Killing Joke. The Killing Joke.
Go eat a dick. That story was actually kind of okay at best. I'll go ahead, fucking dead to rights. That was Alan Moore's worst story.
Worst? You said?
Yes. I don't.
Yeah, he said worst story.
I didn't like it too much. I feel like, yeah, it has some good ideas and good concepts, but I feel like it's very underwhelming, and I feel like the decision to use Barbara as a fucking scapegoat as just like for shock value was really dumb. And I feel like at the end of the day, had the comic been a little bit longer, then maybe Joker's plan could have had a lot more impact. But nothing. It just sort of ends. Like, it just sort of happens, you know? Like, it's just like, oh, fucking Batman goes in and saves Gordon, and then Gordon's just like, hey, can you just, like, you know, arrest that fucker so he doesn't do this again? and he gets Batman gets over to him and is just like, hey, yeah, your dumbass plan, it didn't fucking work. You sort of just crippled the woman for no reason. Good job. And like, nothing, I feel like it has more potential than it actually lives up to. Whereas, like, other stories, like V for Vendetta or Watchmen, like, he actually just legit did something. You know?
Oh, fuck, Watchmen. Oh, that's a good one.
Exactly.
Like I said, like with... And people always forget V for Vendetta is a DC movie.
It's Vertigo. Yeah, I wouldn't count it.
I think it does.
No, it's Vertigo.
Okay, it's still a great movie.
It's a good movie. It's an even better book. I highly recommend that one. It's one of the few books that, like,
is that a like actual book or graphic novel?
It's a graphic novel. It's Alan Moore we're talking about, dude.
Okay. And Watchmen also. Like, as long as they're watching, what would you say, the director's cut or the actual cut?
I can't remember.
Because isn't the director's cut like 4 hours long?
Probs. I'd say go for the director's cut then, or just read the fucking book.
I need to read the book.
It's so good. I will say I kind of appreciate the fact that the movie omitted some details.
Oh, are you talking about V for Vendetta or
no, I'm talking about Watchmen. It omitted something, and like I understand why they did it, and I appreciate that they did because it makes it a lot easier for like normal people to digest. Because like Alan Moore added a bunch of weird shit in there specifically because it was a comic book and sort of, you know, making a commentary on how goofy and silly comic books have been up until that point, even though they're dealing with really complex and fucked up subject matter. So it's just sort of him making like, look at how absurd this is, and everybody's ready to buy it, even though like the real story is so much more fucked up and like insidious in its inception. But they omitted that in the actual movie because, like, you know, normal people aren't gonna get the giant squid.
The giant squid, you said?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm intrigued to read this
Yeah,
story.
exactly. So you didn't read the book, so you don't know about this. But the whole fucking thing with the giant squid was really weird. But again, like, if you understand it from the right perspective, it makes sense why Alan Moore did it that way. But also, like, I feel like this is one of the few times where I'm just like, yeah, Zach, yeah, Snyder, I think you got this one. I think I gotta give this one to you.
Oh my god.
Like, let's be real. Comic book purism is kind of stupid. It's never gonna fully 100% translate.
Here's another thing with DC. I feel like DC has better shows. Like
DC
TV shows.
DC, when it's not movies, when they don't have to do that, they make good fucking content.
I will fucking go to the grave saying that Batman the Brave and the Bold is my favorite version, or is my favorite animated Batman. I will go to the grave saying that.
You can have that one, man.
Great.
Like, you know what? That's your opinion. I haven't watched enough to really know. I know that's a lot more true to, like, you know, Silver Age Batman, which is good because Silver Age Batman gets like fucking no representation anymore.
Exactly, gets no representation. It's silly as fuck. And like it still can be as serious as it wants. I love Diedrich Bader. And I no disrespect to people who love Batman the Animated Series because that's also amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But just not the show that came after Batman the Animated Series. That one was not good.
Which one came after the animated series?
Wasn't that the one where they made Joker's eyes like black with yellow dots?
That's still the animated series.
Is that still the animated series?
Yeah,
I thought it was like
that's still the animated
wasn't it like
series.
I thought it was called like the New Adventures of Batman or something?
It's still the same run.
The Adventures of Batman and Robin.
Yeah, isn't that
No, that's still the animated series. It's just now that's what they're calling the whole rest of the series with Robin.
Yeah, it's still the
Really?
same canon, still the same
it's a
story, still
sub-title.
everything.
I've been so spotty with that show, I honestly didn't know. But why did they change his design?
Because what was his name? Bruce Timm, I think was his name. He decided to change the character designs in order to make them a lot easier to animate. And his art style is very unique and very specific. And I feel like they lost that original's it's animated in Korea, right? Is it Korea or Japan?
It's probably Korea.
Yeah, it's animated in Korea, but it lost that Asian sort of like flair that it had, where everything was sort of bouncy and kind of soft. You know, still coming from Animaniacs, the whole Steven Spielberg run, but it made it so much more angular, which fit sort of the tone of like how dark it went, especially when it got into Batman Beyond.
That was a good one too.
That was a fucking great one, and I'll break anyone's neck who disagrees with me.
Batman Beyond was great, although I think Spider-Man 2099 is a little better.
Spider-Man 2099 is a weird one because it's very much not what the comic is. Because in that one he goes into the future, doesn't he? Like, it's weird. Like, he time travels by accident, going through like a fucking missile or something. And so it's still Peter Parker. Which pisses me off because that means that they get rid of Miguel O'Hara, which I like, and it sucks. But okay, whatever.
Do you remember the Spider-Man show that was animated by the guys who did Reboot?
Guys who did what?
The guys who did Reboot.
Oh.
It had like
I didn't watch
That doesn't sound good.
What?
I didn't watch it.
John, what did you say?
That doesn't sound good.
It was. I think it's got like an 8 point something in the ratings out of 10. Yeah, but like I was saying, DC has way better shows than Marvel. Although I will say Marvel has good shows. Like, what was it? Ultimate Spider-Man? Was that the one that was good? There's so many different Spider-Man TV show names. It's so hard.
Ultimate Spider-Man was the one where he went very Deadpool-esque and he like talked to the fucking screen.
Oh,
and shit.
no, not that one.
I feel it was the Amazing Spider-Man
Amazing.
that was really good.
You're talking
Was
about
it-
the one way back when that was like really fucking cool and followed a lot of comic book storylines.
Are
But
you talking
he
about
was
the
like,
one in the 90s or the one in like
Yeah.
the 2000s? Because the one in the
Maybe
90s was okay. I like that one. But I'm talking about, like, I think it's Spectacular Spider-Man might be my favorite.
let me see.
Spectacular Spider-Man?
Spectacular Spider-Man was 2008.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
where he was really
That one.
skinny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one was good. And then for some reason with Ultimate, like, they've ruined
I like
it.
the '90s one. It's
The
one I
90s
grew up
one was
with.
good, too. Like, the 90s one was great. I love the 90s one. But it also wasn't the best animation-wise.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
At the time, it was fine. I
Hey,
liked it though.
at least it's not Spider-Man and his pals.
Spider-Man and his pals.
Or was it Spider-Man and his friends? Or no, it was like Spider-Man and his amazing friends. It was so dumb.
Is that like Spider-Man Brave and the Bold?
No, it's like Spider-Man lives in an apartment with like 2 other superheroes, and then they fight crime.
That's
It's so dumb.
Spider-Man and his Amazing
Yeah, that's
Friends,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's such a dumb series. We need a Spider-Ham series.
I don't know, like, I would say that DC definitely does have more in terms of indulgent content than Marvel. Because, really quick, can anyone tell me, does Marvel have animated films
Yes.
other than Spider-Verse?
Yes.
Can you name me some? Because I really don't know any.
They're
I'm
shit.
drawing a blank.
They are shit. They are shit. They're really.
They're
They
shit.
are shit.
Oh, but they're also not like... Yeah, no, he's right. They're shit. They're basically dumb.
They're shit. They're very bad.
So there's a really good reason why I don't know them.
No,
Okay.
there's an extremely good reason. Let me tell you, I've tried my fucking best with these things. I've tried my absolute fucking best with Marvel animated movies. The only good ones was Wolverine versus the Hulk and Wolverine versus Thor. That's it. Was it
And
Thor?
Spider-Verse.
We're already excluding that one. But like Spider-Verse is on a league of its own. What are we talking about? This movie won an Oscar. Anyways, no, like, it's just not, like, they've been so bad at it. So bad at it. I remember there's a fucking Doctor Strange movie that I watched that was so fucking hideous to look at. And then they had this anime CGI-esque fucking Iron Man movie, which was, like, cool, but also really shit.
Holy fuck, do you remember that Iron Man TV show where they did CGI and he's like a young kid?
Oh my god, you're
Iron
right.
Man, like what was it, like Iron Man The Next Generation or something?
Oh my god.
On Nicktoons? God, it was awful.
They also had the fucking the new Avengers movie, which sounds great in theory. It's like an Elseworld story kind of thing, but like, you know, Marvel, and really bad. Really bad.
I will say, I have heard good things about the Avengers TV show. What was it, like Avengers
Oh, yeah,
Assemble?
I heard great things about that one.
The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
No, not
No.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Avengers Assemble.
Yeah, the anime show.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
This is pretty good from what I've heard.
Fucking, we had a friend in high school who wouldn't shut up about it, man.
Did
Yeah,
we?
Frank. Every time I talked to him, he always played the fucking theme song. Like, he loved that shit.
Oh, the theme song is banging. Dude, the theme song can... I would let the theme song suck my wiener because it's so good.
Alright, so
right.
DC definitely has, like, a bit more favoritism towards its animated movies. They're both kind of tied in terms of their animated, or, yeah, pretty much an animated series.
I would say DC has a higher notch with animated series, because if it's not Spider-Man or like Avengers, they really don't have anything for Marvel. And even then, like, half the Spider-Man cartoons are bad.
Would you say that Marvel has more of an edge over DC in terms of their video games?
I was going to say,
Yes.
in terms of video games, it's hard to tell. There has never been a good Superman game, like, ever, in
Because
the
it's
history of
Superman.
time. Exactly. I would have to say...
I'm going to be honest really quick. There's one Superman game that I have played, and I'm kind of reluctant to go back to see if that was just my...
What game?
Have you heard of Superman Shadow of the Apocalypse?
I don't think I have.
It was a 6th generation game that was just like Superman 64, based on the animated series. Or like had influence with the animated series. And it was, when I was a kid, kind of a fun game, but I want to go back to it to see, is it as good as I remember, or is that just me being a fucking 10-year-old and just wanted a Superman game? So that one, I kind of say it was at least decent. Like, it was like miles better than freaking Superman 64, but that's not really saying much. But in all honesty, when it comes to like DC games, everyone talks about Batman.
I was going to say...
Because that's all there is.
I was going to say, with DC games, like, with Marvel, they have more high-quality games, but with DC, like, when they make... It's like with their movies. When they make a good game, they make a really good game. The Batman Arkham Asylum series being, like... Even Origins, I think, is amazing.
Oh yeah, the whole Arkham series is spectacular, really.
That being said, they've
even-
also created two of the worst video games of all time, being Superman 64 and Catwoman.
Yes, but that's kind of the thing. Like, out of all the superheroes that there are in DC, their major contender is Batman. And I think the same would be said with Marvel, that their major contender is Spider-Man.
I don't know, man, because there's Ultimate Alliance 2, Marvel vs. Capcom, X-Men Origins Wolverine. There are a lot of good Marvel games.
All of them, including Spider-Man, yes.
What was that?
No, I was just saying that all of those include Spider-Man, but more
Not
of,
X-Men Origins
like,
Wolverine.
well, yeah, not X-Men Origins Wolverine, but okay, look, this is what I'm trying to say, Dan. Like, DC has a lot of here, like a lot of characters, but their main contender is Batman.
Yeah, that's true.
There's more games about Batman than any other superhero. I mean, there's more than Superman. There's more than Catwoman. There's more than Aquaman. There's none for like the Green Lantern. There's none for like a good majority of the cast. But then you have more of the Marvel side where there's more, just as many characters. But I would feel like there's more characters that get represented in a video game world. But Spider-Man has more of a better track record, similar to that of Batman.
Even then, Spider-Man has had some very bad games.
Yeah, but the same could be said with Batman.
Yeah, he's also had some bad games. Mig, what do you think?
I think Marvel has some pretty interesting concepts, and because are we also including the Marvel vs. Capcom games, because those were also pretty good.
I mean, we can also. I say yes because we can also include Injustice and Marvel and Mortal Kombat versus DC.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say yes.
If we say yes to that, then I say Marvel is better than DC in terms of video games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because I found Injustice boring as fuck, and DC versus Mortal Kombat was
that's just a bad game.
Bad.
What do you think of Injustice, though?
I found it boring as shit.
What about 2? Injustice 2? Justice 2 was okay.
Real talk,
I never
for
played
me,
Injustice 2, so I have no opinion on that.
second verse same as the first.
Yeah.
If it literally felt like Injustice Gods Among Us 1.5. Like, they just changed the roster. It just felt the fucking same.
Okay, but were you disappointed by Infinite?
Infinite was, unfortunately, a disappointment. As much as a disappointment... Alright, actually, no, let me... My disappointment towards Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was greater than Injustice 2, because I was expecting a lot of things from Infinite.
Really? Like, once I saw those character models, I'm like, I'm not expecting anything from this game.
Yeah, but I was hoping a lot from the initial trailer, where all the excitement started. Because it was... The initial trailer looked very exciting. When they started revealing the characters were exciting, but then when they started bringing in a story, that's where it started going downhill. And that's where my disappointment started to sink in.
Yeah. I feel like with that announcement, first of all, wasn't that also when they announced it's only 2 teams of 2 instead of teams of 3?
I believe so, yes. And I was okay with that.
I would say a lot more people were excited for the announcement of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 coming to Expo and PS4 and PC. Because that was the same day. I remember that being the same day.
Yeah, it was the initial trailer, and then they mentioned Ultimate Marvel 3 will be on 8th gen consoles.
Except for Switch.
Yeah, because we still have the Wii U.
Did we? No. Wait, did we?
What?
Okay, hang on.
I honestly... When did it come out? 2017 or 2016?
The Switch?
Yeah. No, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
I'll tell you right now, give me a second. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, September 19th, 2017.
Alright, so it could have come to Switch. Also, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite Special Edition is a complete joke with those Easter egg Infinity Stones. Have you seen those circulating around the internet?
There was a display at my local GameStop, and I couldn't help but laugh.
They look like fucking Easter eggs.
They were just giant colored Easter eggs, but they were just rocks.
It's sad that I got the Steelbook case edition with the DLC for cheaper than the base price was when it launched.
You know, I'll let people have that the gameplay is great, because at the end of the day, it's the gameplay that pretty much matters in a fighting game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of need to have like like pretty visuals at least, and a good roster to back that up, in my opinion. Because the roster that they just had was just Ultimate Marvel 3.5.
Cough, cough. Canon Street Fighter V. Cough, cough.
Ken Street Fighter V just has banana here.
I fucking hate Ken's design for Street Fighter V. It is like the ugliest shit I've seen in a while.
But for Injustice 2 is like, okay, I wasn't really expecting much because I didn't like.
What? Did you even play Injustice 2?
I did try it.
And?
As I said, like second verse,
Well, how
same
long
as the
did you
first.
play
Like
it for?
I played it for 2 hours.
Okay, I think that's enough time for you to like figure out like your. Because I'm gonna say if you picked it up and
For
played
a
for like
fighting game, hell yeah.
for 10 minutes, like I'd say I don't think that's enough time.
Oh no, I've played it for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. Same. I put more hours in Injustice 1, and I couldn't find a character. I legit couldn't find a character that clicked with me.
I would say Scorpion.
Yeah, but this was before Scorpion.
I thought Scorpion was in base.
No, he wasn't.
That's bad.
He was DLC.
That's bad.
Like, I couldn't find a character in Injustice 1, so I'm like, well, no one clicks with me, why would I keep playing?
Mm.
So I dropped it. Thankfully, it wasn't even my copy. Then Kirby's brother had Injustice 2. I'm like, you know what? Let me try it. Because I've been hearing, like, oh, it's better, it feels better, the mechanics are updated. I tried it out myself. It's like, okay, the mechanics are the fucking same. It does not feel better. It feels the fucking same. And I have yet to find a character that I actually enjoy in that game. And the only one that I minorly like was Black Canary, and I find her boring.
Yeah, Black Canary is not a good DC character in my opinion. Here's a question though. Did you like Ultimate Alliance, the Ultimate Alliance series?
I've played the first one the most. I played that one almost to completion. I tried playing the second one and nothing clicked. I couldn't.
Are you going to pick up the third one?
I'm skeptical.
That's fair.
I'm not too sure. Like, I enjoyed Ultimate Alliance 1, that I can give Ultimate Alliance 3 a shot and try to give the series another chance. But I don't know, there was something about the second one that it didn't really click with me as much as the first one. And what worries me is that am I going to have that literal same experience? Because if I turned off the game after beating the first boss and just said, nope, can't do it, I do not want to do that again.
That's fair. I guess, like, any closing thoughts on this before we wrap it up?
I think we're good on that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we started kind of late, so like I think we're all a little out of it right now. Right?
I think we got a good amount of content.
No, I think we did too. Yeah,
it's like 2 hours and a half.
I got like 2 hours 15 minutes on my end.
Give or
I'm
take.
looking at the stream time. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of 2 hours, give or take.
All right.
Yeah, which is good. I think that's a solid stream.
Yeah, we had a good
anything
time.
in it? Anything anyone wants to say before we hit the outro?
No.
Hopefully, since Capcom is doing better, we could get a better Marvel vs. Capcom. Please?
God, I hope so. God, I hope if they implement a story, it's not primarily Marvel. Because it was...
You're right,
Yeah.
it's a cinematic universe.
Exactly.
No.
Like combine it. It felt like there were Capcom characters in a Marvel movie, and that's not what I want to feel like when I play Marvel vs. Capcom. I want to feel like, hey, there are these two combined universes. Do something with it.
We got these wacky Capcom characters, and we got these spectacularly wacky Marvel characters. Let's put them both together and have a comic book action, which was Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Which was great, because it was a comic book thing. It was fun.
And Ultimate was better.
I mean, yeah, Ultimate was better because it had a bigger roster. Mm-hmm. But I would still dub it as Marvel 3, period, because they're both mechanically the same thing.
Marvel 3 had Taskmaster, and that might just be one of my favorite Marvel characters of all time.
Yo, just because of Marvel 3, I have a certain... I have a certain spot in my heart for Taskmaster.
Dude, Taskmaster is, such an interesting character.
Taskmaster almost fucking drowned because he saw someone fucking diving on a TV show, went to go do it. He did it perfectly because that's his fucking shtick, but did not bother to see them swim, so he sank to the bottom of the fucking pool.
He's so interesting. I love him. Oh my god.
That's an actual thing that happened, and that is so funny.
Dude, he's the fucking
Can you really
best.
blame him?
He's amazing.
Oh god.
But
he has a gift.
Oh, he does.
I like Moon Knight. I think that's a good Marvel character.
Hey, as long as they do not touch the Fantastic Four, I'm fine, because nothing good has come out of the Fantastic Four outside of comics, and even then, the comics are kind of weak. The only good thing that's come out of Fantastic Four was the parody in the Venture Brothers.
Oh my god! All right, okay, you can have this one. You can have this one. Enjoy it. Enjoy this
they're
one.
Amazing.
Have it.
I love it. If you don't watch Venture Brothers, watch the Venture Brothers, because it is a spectacular show.
We're just running. Is this just going to be a spectacular podcast, though?
Sure.
Outrageous. Anyway, so anything else? Are we good?
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm gucky over here, bro.
John, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Well, then, in that case, that about wraps up our time here on episode 2 of DRMcast. I want to thank all y'all for listening, or if you're watching after the stream, thanks for clicking the link and watching. If you want to follow us on social media or whatever, links are in the description below. And for those of you that are, fans of John, we will be streaming Mario Party on his Twitch. Why don't you actually say more about that, John?
Literally in a couple hours, I'm going to be streaming with Dan and 2 others, Kirby and MCI.
From the time of recording.
From the time of this recording, we're going to be playing some Mario Party 3 via NetPlay, which is going to be
interesting.
Oh, wait, you're doing the NetPlay system?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I love that. Okay, go ahead. I'm actually down to watch that. If I can.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting.
I might go watch a movie later.
Oh, what movie?
That's cool.
I'm gonna watch Us.
I've heard it's good, but not as good as Get Out.
Yeah. Well, I'm just down to watch some good movies. I don't care.
I'm seeing.
I might get A-list. Honestly, I might get AMC's fucking
Dude,
Stubs
honestly,
or whatever it's called.
Get it. I have it. It's worth it.
Yeah? How much is it?
$20 a month, but
Fuck. Okay. But that's that covers about 2 tickets at our theater.
Exactly. If you go twice a month, you're already it's paying for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on top of that, isn't that 3 movies a week that you get to do?
Holy shit, dude! We should do that, John. We should do that.
We should, but I can't fit it into my budget.
I know. We'll figure that out. Don't worry, man.
Yeah,
I got
could
you,
try to figure
fam.
something out, but
don't worry, man. I'll let you in from the back door.
Don't worry, man. I'll pull the fire alarm.
Don't worry, man. We'll watch it in one of the 4 theaters they're not using. Very specific in joke.
Don't worry, man.
Yeah, that is a very specific in joke.
Don't worry, man. I got an extra big trench coat. Just get on my shoulders.
Dude, do you remember when these kids actually did that shit for fucking...
Somebody actually tried
Yes,
that.
they did, for fucking Black Panther.
Wait, they did? Actually?
Yes!
Did they
Two
get away
kids-
with it?
There is a video roaming around the internet when Black Panther was released. There was literally 2 kids, one on the top of the other's shoulders, in a trench coat, like that stereotypical cartoon trench coat with that very same
Are you
hat.
sure
Dead
it's
ass
not-
did that shit.
Are you sure it's not Vincent Adult Man?
Oh my god. Well, this about wraps it up for us, I'd say.
I'd say yeah.
Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to doing my things. If you guys are interested in my art or just following my shitty memes, you can go ahead and follow me on Twitter. Dan?
Well, I already said my stuff is in the description below, so you can just click on that if you're watching.
All our
this on
stuff is in the
YouTube.
description below, but, you know.
Yeah. Okay, you can follow me on YouTube. I make top 10 content. I actually just went multi-network, so you can also watch my countdowns on exclusive countdowns on a channel called Flat Zone. The first episode just released today, actually, at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the day of this recording. The top 10 forgotten Mario characters, so definitely check that out if you get a chance. I'm also on Twitter, and I have a Discord server, and I don't do art, so I don't have a Tumblr Wumbly. Yeah, that's basically it for me. What about you, John?
Well, currently I'm trying to revive my YouTube channel, which is RiverJo. But slowly but surely I'm trying to get content out there. I'm just still trying to find a way for me to make it easier on myself. But aside from that, more consistent content is usually on Twitch. I live stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And yeah, that's gonna be on twitch.tv/RiverJo. Gotta love that name, right?
Yep.
But if you want to see more fighting game content or some artistic goodies, you could also follow me on. Shit, I just realized my dog's here.
Oh my god, Bella has been in there the whole fucking time?
Dude, I thought that was my cat this whole time because I felt the bed move. I'm like, oh, that's just Tegan scratching herself.
Jesus fucking
No, and then I
Christ.
hear a bark. I'm like, oh, wait.
It's the
Tegan's not white.
You're scaring me.
Oh my god. Oh man.
So, yeah, anyway, if you want to see more, video game bullshit or, artistic goodies, follow me on Twitter, at RiverJo24.
Alright, guys.
Yeah. That's everything.
Alright, I think that'll about wraps it up.
Yeah, that wraps it up all right. All right. Well, thanks for joining us on episode 2, which is really episode 3, of DRMcast. I hope that y'all have a howdy doody evening, and we'll catch you on the flip side sometime, probably in late April.
Bye.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye-bye.
Have a beautiful time.
Okay, bye-bye.